Welcome, everybody, to the Agnini Family Dental Countdown to Kickoff. And I'm Tim Conti, Jeff Goddard, high up in the press box here at Bryant Stadium. And we are glad to be joining you tonight. Certainly after something that couldn't have been, it's a possibility that we weren't going to be here, but we are here on a very special Veterans Day edition of Friday Night Under the Lights here in the live Lakeland webcast. So we're glad that all of you are joining us. And it's been a crazy week, I know, for everybody. So this is a good opportunity for everyone just to take a deep breath and enjoy a football game, the first second season, as we would call it, first game of the second season, Jeff, as the Lakeland Dreadnoughts against a team that we're a little bit unfamiliar with. But we'll get to know them here tonight and hopefully can come away with the victory. But we're glad to be here in the playoffs.
Yeah, as you said, it was a little dicey there after we lost to Kathleen in the last regular season game. Fortunately, Lakeland was victorious in the three-way playoff as Winter Haven vanquished Kathleen, and then Lakeland held on and beat Winter Haven 13-7, advancing to the playoffs as a district champion. Of course, the Blue Devils will be playing at Plant tonight.
Yep.
And the winner of our matchup between the Dreadnoughts and Wiregrass Ranch will play the winner of that game next Friday night.
Yeah. And Wiregrass Ranch, as we look at them, Jeff, they come in at 7-2, but they also have had a tremendous success at times, like Lakeland during the season, scoring a lot of points in a lot of games, and then having some teams kind of flip-flop on them like we've had and turn the tables on us and have good games against us. So
that's called playing Plant.
That's true. It depends on who you play, and we of course had Miami Carroll in there, but a couple tough teams, both opponents. Good team though. You got to come and play these games. We never want to look ahead to. Everyone's like, well, what happens next week? Well, we got to focus on this week, and the kids have to be disciplined. We've seen them lose focus a little bit, Jeff, during the season against some hard opponents, but they got to come in full bore tonight.
No doubt, lots at stake tonight,
Yeah.
This is a very talented senior class that we've been talking about for 4 years now, and it's kind of the same age as the webcast. The webcast has come along with this senior class, AJ and James, all those guys, and now every night they lace it up. Could be their last game.
Could be it.
Just as the tiebreaker was. If we lost a tiebreaker, it could have been our last game. So this is a year we've been building to for several years. So lots on the line. You win, you advance. You lose, you go home.
Yeah.
And in case you're wondering, if Lakeland and Plant both win as the district champions, last year that matchup was here at Bryant in round 2. So next Friday night, that match would be over in Tampa at Plant High School.
I saw a lot of people rooting for Winter Haven, obviously.
Of course, if Winter Haven wins as the district runner-up and Lakeland wins, then we would host Winter Haven.
Yeah.
But the good news is, if we end up playing at Plant next week and we're able to get by that, then the third and fourth round, if a big if keep on winning, would be here at Bryant. So potentially we could make it to the state championship game only having to go on the road one time. That would just be 30 minutes away over at Plant. So the way it shapes up this year, if Lakeland can get hot and win some games here, they don't have any long road trips ahead of a trip to the state championship game.
That's a good thing. No matter what, the game next week, tonight should be a great game, but the game next week would just be a barn burner. You'd have that rematch against Winter Haven. They'd be fired up to try to revenge the loss against Lakeland, or you'd have an incredible game against Plant. So.
And if you remember last year, the first time we played Sickles, and actually Sickles on the field was the runner-up this year. We would have had a rematch with Sickles, but then they had an ineligible player, had to forfeit some games, and therefore Wiregrass Ranch gets to the playoffs. But don't think, it's not like they had a losing record and they just luckily, stumbled in the playoffs because of an ineligible player for Sickles. As you said, they're 7-2, a very good team on their own right. And actually kind of a younger team. We'll talk about some of their impact players later. Got some D1 talent, and some of their key players are younger guys, sophomores and juniors. So this could be a team that could really be a force to be reckoned with over the next couple of years.
Yeah, for those, Jeff, that did not, obviously we didn't have a broadcast for the playoffs there. Tell us a little bit more about how Lakeland got to winning that, because obviously they were kind of playing in the second game. Of course, Winter Haven Kathleen had to go at it first, but a lot of people are unfamiliar kind of with that format. Talk a little bit about what they had experience there.
And there was definitely some concerns based on how the fact Lakeland had started slow some games this year. And so basically, you just play a quarter. So Winter Haven and Kathleen play a quarter, and then whoever wins that would play Lakeland. Now, so my concern was, so whoever wins that is just played a quarter. It's not like they played a whole game. They're going to be still relatively fresh as they play one quarter, but they're going to have broken a sweat. They're going to be warmed up. And now Lakeland's got to come in cold, basically. And like I said, you couple that with the fact that Lakeland's kind of had some slow starts this year. And so there's definitely reason to be concerned. But Lakeland came out, and after kind of coming out uninspired, unfocused against Kathleen 3 nights before, Lakeland came out totally focused on for the playoff. And the first 2 drives against a good Winter Haven defense, they scored touchdowns, missed an extra point, but they were up 13-0. And then Winter Haven put a touchdown drive together, and at that point, it's only about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go in the game on the quarter. And so, of course, Winter Haven does an onside kick, and they recover it. Then only down 6, and then you really start to, sweat again.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Lakeland recovered the onside kick and was able to run the clock out. So therefore, Lakeland advanced 13-7. Now, if Lakeland had lost to Winter Haven would have been the district champion, and Lakeland and Kathleen would have played another quarter to determine the runner-up. But with Lakeland winning that game, eliminated Kathleen, which was nice to see, and made Winter Haven the runner-up.
Very interesting, as you pointed out. I didn't really think about kind of some of the chess play. I heard a lot of talks. People were saying, well, it's better that Lakeland, had to play second. But like you said, with a team that gets into the flow and really has momentum, you might want to play a quarter. You might want to get in the flow of your play, like you said, break a little bit of a sweat. So it just depends on how your team responds to it.
The big advantage is if you get that bye, so to speak, into that second quarter, then if you win that, then you're champions. You don't have to play one quarter. So it worked out well for Lakeland. But, you never know how it could have played out. So, fortunately, Lakeland won. And I will have to say, since it happened on Halloween, all the Kathleen and Winter Haven are the red and blue Devils, respectively. Lakeland has the right colors to win on Halloween, orange and black.
Perfect.
So, I think that was the determining factor.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
That must be it. Well, we have a beautiful evening here tonight. I was talking to Paul Hallier and some of the other Lakeland folks, and they said this is what we've been waiting for here, this kind of night. Not real cold, but cool enough to where you can have a long sleeve on and or be very comfortable. We got God's air conditioning up here in the press box, which feels great. I know Michael Barrett's happy down there. And we are just ready to get this second season underway, as I know Coach Castle gets excited about these opportunities. You just never know how fortunate we are. We know how fortunate we are to have him. You never know how many times you're going to get a crack at this thing again, Jeff. And so every opportunity, like you said, can't be squandered. And it's one and done, or one and move on.
Absolutely. It should be a good game tonight. And after this commercial break, we'll talk some more about Wiregrass Ranch.
Sounds real good. Stay with us.
Agnini Family Dental truly is a family of doctors. We strive to give our patients a patient-first dental experience. Our goal at Agnini Family Dental is to provide our patients with the highest level of comprehensive dental care and prevention. Every member of our team promises to put the needs and concerns of every patient first in every aspect of their dental care. Our family of doctors take a tooth-conservative approach to restorative dentistry with a special focus on sedation dentistry, implant dentistry, and orthodontics. Call to schedule your appointment today and let our family of doctors change the way you look at dentistry.
Welcome back, everybody. As you see, the Lakeland High School Dreadnought Marching Band set to take the field, and we are back, and we're glad you're with us here in the first round of the FHSAA playoffs, and it's always exciting here at Lakeland. We've had many opportunities to say that, and a lot of teams haven't, and Wiregrass is one of those teams, as Jeff was alluding to, that is relatively new, Jeff. Haven't been around a long time. I think their whole school hasn't been around more than 9 or 10 years.
Yeah,
so this is kind of a first crack for them.
I think it's 7 years.
7 years, yeah, so not even that. And we know it takes about that to get a program up and running. So for them, an incredible opportunity to come in here to Bryant Stadium and face off against the Knots.
Absolutely. I mean, Bryant Stadium is like going to the Swamp or going to Notre Dame, stadium.
Yeah. It's got that mythical lore about it if you're in high school.
And obviously Lakeland, one of the premier programs in the state, if not the entire country. So great proving grounds for Wiregrass Ranch tonight.
Yeah, I think so. And so they'll certainly be tested. And a lot of my friends, again, it's fun as they follow the season to kind of check off, Jeff, on hey, what do you expect, is what I heard from 2 or 3 of my friends. And I said, well, I expect Lakeland to do well if the right team shows up, and that's what everyone said is which team is going to show up. Is it a team that has a little bit more boldness and a little bit more aggressive? Lakeland tends to get a little more passive at times, and they can get into trouble, like you said, with slow starts. So we'll be anxious to see kind of what your thoughts are. But what do we have to watch out for with Wiregrass?
Well, first of all, you certainly would not expect Lakeland to come out flat or unfocused in a playoff game. You would think they'd be dialed in every game the rest of the season. Although last year in the game we lost against Vieira, they kind of maybe lost their focus in that game. But tonight, first game of the playoffs at home, I expect them to come out ready to play tonight.
Yeah. And again, big advantage having the home field here at Bryant Stadium. They're comfortable here. And obviously going on the road to Kathleen, we didn't have, again, that webcast, but many of you are probably glad we did not have that webcast. So, heard many things about it and don't even want to relive it. But again, just with everything going on this week, Lakeland coming, winning the playoffs 2 weeks ago, the election, good time to just take a break and enjoy some good high school football that we'll have here tonight.
Yeah, and just real quick, I want to say a word about Agnini Family Dental.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our good friends. They've been a loyal sponsor now for about 3 years, and as you all know, if you watch every week, they're my dentist, and my entire family actually goes to Agnini Family Dental, and they're about to open a brand new office on South Florida Avenue across from their current office by Southgate Shopping Center. So if you live in South Lakeland, if you live in North Lakeland, they're going to have 2 world-class facilities, first-class dentist experience, relaxing waterfalls, and just they treat you right, and they really take good care of you, and they have all the new technology when it comes to the dental world, and you couldn't possibly get better dentists than if you went to Agnini Family Dental. It truly is a family of dentists. The dad, Mike, and the sons, Drew and Matt, they will take excellent care of you. So if you need a new dentist, or maybe you need to have some special work done, they also do braces, or maybe you just want a better dentist, then I encourage you to call 863-682-1500 and tell the fine folks at Agnini Family Dental that Jeff and Tim from the webcast sent you.
As you see, the Dreadnought Marching Band, LHS, and we are very blessed to have our friends at Agnini Family Dental be such fine partners and sponsors for us up here. So we truly are grateful to them. And if we didn't say it earlier, of course, it's Veterans Day, and we have so many, Jeff, of our family, newly secundus that have been a part of the Lakeland Booster Clubs, have been a part of the football team, have just supported the Dreadnoughts in any given way. And we would like to say our most heartfelt gratitude and thanks on this Veterans Day, which obviously, after World War I, it was Armistice Day for a while if you took your history back and paid attention back in school. And then it wasn't until sometime in the early 50s where we officially made it Veterans Day to acknowledge all our men and women in the armed forces and those that have given so much. So we'd like to kind of dedicate this game to you tonight and thank you so much for all that you've done for us and our country. So you are the reason we were able to be up here as we now play the national anthem. Stars and Stripes in Old Glory being honored here tonight at Bryant Stadium. Again, thanks to all our veterans as we get set for a first-round playoff game here at Bryant Stadium, home field. And Wiregrass, again, a bit of an enigma because we haven't heard that name so much, but I think it's fun. I enjoy playing these different teams sometimes. So we understand the quarterback that's pretty efficient coming in here tonight.
Yeah, his name is Grant Sessoms, number 10 for Wiregrass Ranch. And he's actually only a sophomore, and he's kind of a do-everything quarterback, almost a Steve Spurrier, if you will, in that he not only is he a quarterback, he also kicks and punts. So you got to watch out when he's in there to punt or try a field goal. Maybe you got to watch out for the fake because he'll be on the field pretty much all the time. And then also in terms of when he's on offense, he's a dual threat quarterback. They pass the ball some, they run. He's definitely involved in the running game. Kind of a hybrid offense in terms of some pro elements along with some spread elements. So not an easy offense to defend against for the Dreadnought defense. And we'll stick with when Wiregrass has the ball. Kieran Spates is out tonight due to a discipline reason. And so Robert Madden will be the start at middle linebacker. But as you were saying, he has a little bit of a sprained ankle or tender ankle. He's going to give it a go there at middle linebacker, but probably not really 100% tonight.
Yeah. And so we're going to have to overcome some things, Jeff. As you know, we've been a little soft sometimes in the secondary, and some teams certainly will want to try to exploit that. If I heard he's a kind of a quarterback of momentum. Once he gets on, he'll just hit you downfield, pass after pass. So our secondary is going to have to play well. Robert Madden's going to have to pick it up, even though the ankle's a little bit untested as he did not practice this week. We'll have to see how much mobility he'll have throughout the course of the game. Spates, obviously, one of the biggest factors to be able to move around and wreak havoc no matter where on the field the ball goes. We'll see what kind of a loss that is for the Dreadnought defense.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on Robert Madden tonight and his, like you said, his mobility and his ability to go sideline to sideline against this Wiregrass offense. Now, when Lakeland has the ball, of course, always expect to see a heavy dose of A.J. Davis, one of the leading rushers in the county this year here in Polk County. And, we'll see how, of course, you'll see big play James Robinson involved in the passing game, but it'll be interesting to see, in addition to him, you got Willie Baker, you got DeQuan Devine, who's back healthy.
That's awesome.
And tight end Keon Zipper. So quarterback Holden Hotchkiss has his full complement of receivers tonight. And the Wiregrass Ranch on defense, they have a good defensive line. Coach Harbour told me they do a lot of stunting, so the offensive line is going to have to be ready tonight. They're going to see a lot of different looks. They like to play their linebackers up close, kind of in the box. And the reason they can do that is they have two very good cornerbacks who are both D1 prospects.
Oh, that's awesome. So our offense should be kind of full speed tonight, and it may be one of those games, as we say this, Jeff, we always say, well, it could be one of those high-scoring affairs that ends up being like a 7-10 game. So you never know what you're going to get, who
Every
shows
game
up.
takes on a life of its own.
It does, and so what you'd expect is not always what you get, and we're anxious to see as the junior ROTC, which of course are our young men and women. Many of them will be wanting to join the armed forces in one way or another, the Army kind of training ground for young officers to be as they are, and the junior ROTC program certainly cultivates character and leadership and all those great things we have known and expect from men and women in our armed forces. That's right. Well, hopefully not too many more conflicts, but they in fact are choosing maybe a course of action with the armed forces, and again, no matter whether we're in times of war or not, a lot to be done to ensure protection of our country. So they are fine in terms of all the work they do with this runway to victory. They've been doing it for quite some time, and it's not any small feat getting all that together and then pulling it down right away.
That's a big Friday after-school project.
It is.
And the ROTC, the junior ROTC here, not only do they help with that, they also put all these the banners up along the fence line, take them down after the game.
Wow, yeah.
And they clean up all the trash in the stadium after the game. So they, the junior ROTC, definitely a big part of making Friday Night Live happen here at Bryant Stadium for the Dreadnoughts. As you see, they're waiting for the football team to come out.
The Wiregrass captains are now going in back of the runway to victory, as you see them coming out from right to left there.
Still don't see any of Lakeland's players yet. They're still in the locker room, I believe. No captains on the field yet.
Hard to tell, Jeff, as we were watching the Wiregrass team in warm-ups. They look like they've got some size, but you can't tell with the white uniforms versus the slimming possible effect of our uniforms. Hard to tell until they line up head-to-head who's got the size advantage, and that doesn't mean anything all the time. It doesn't mean just because you're bigger, you're better.
It will be interesting to see, too, how many players is on the Wiregrass team. A lot of these some newer schools, some of them don't have the depth that Lakeland has. It'll be interesting to see how many players they trot out tonight.
Yeah, that is a good point. And, again, they couldn't have asked for much for an opportunity for them, being a school that's only 7 years old, coming in here to Bryant Stadium. It'd be interesting to hear what their coach talked about before the game about this trip and adventure for their team. And they've, again, got a chance. We would never say that Lakeland's going to run away with stuff just because we're at home here. They have to come out and execute and I think be focused and show a little bit of aggressiveness and some emotion, or else they could get caught sleeping, as you see Hotchkiss there on your far right and Davis on the far left, and two other captains, 84 and is it 15 right in the middle there.
I think 15 is the quarterback, right? The Maury Mathis quarterback. And 84 is Marco Dubrius, a senior defensive line, not a player who plays a lot, but senior, so he's going out with the captains tonight. Nice to see that. And although we don't have the graphics tonight,
good looking uniforms though. I like that combos.
We will go ahead and do our keys to victory just verbally tonight, Tim. Number one, we'll say get off to a good start. Want to start the second season well.
Yeah.
And then number two, want to keep their quarterback in check. He's just kind of a do everything guy. Keep him in check. And then number three, we'll go with just play smart, disciplined football, which of course includes limiting the penalties and limiting the turnovers as well.
Yeah, if I can add a kind of a fourth one, for some reason, as we've seen, it may not prove to be true, but as you get deeper in the playoffs, special teams always seem to have a big impact, whether it's just making those extra points, kickoffs, punts, block. I mean, those things seem to have an impact on a lot of these playoff games, as they can tend to be closer. Those can be the ultimate factors that determine the outcome of a game. So we'll watch to see how special teams play as well throughout the game.
Yeah, the reason to me, one reason it's so important to get off to a good start tonight is you don't want to give a team like Wiregrass Ranch, probably the first, I'm pretty sure the first time they ever played at Bryant Stadium in this kind of atmosphere, you don't want to give them a reason to believe, or, of course, the longer they stay in the game, they're going to get more confidence by the minute. So your Lakes can come out, put together some nice scoring drives in the first quarter, first half there, and take a lead, then you kind of can exert your will on Wiregrass Ranch. Whereas if you come out sluggish, give them a chance to get the lead, then
a little different than like a Kathleen game where you have a full stands on the home side or opposing side, and then they're cheering loudly. Of course, not that many people on the away visiting side. But
I'll be honest with you, the Dreadnought crowd is not all that big tonight. Maybe
well, my daughter
Olivia
predicted. She said there's a bunch of activities going on at Harrison, and a bunch of the kids are kind of doing other things. So that may be the case, as the Knots look like they have won the coin toss. They have deferred, and they will kick off to Wiregrass. So good start on the coin toss, as Coach Castle likes that familiarity of getting the ball in the third quarter, as the captains will march off to join the ranks. And they'll come through the runway of victory, which says "Take Charge Knots" from the banner of the cheerleaders are holding up there. Win this rodeo. And they're talking about the Bulls, the Wiregrass Bulls. And here comes the stampede of our own. Here come your Knots. Hope that's not the last time we see the run through the runway to victory here in the 2016-17 campaign. Saw, Jeff, as you mentioned, a lot of seniors on senior night, and again, they want to all end well, and they hope this isn't the end, but you want to play your best here in front of the home crowd regardless. So all the pregame is done, and we are set for some action. Thanks again for joining us here. Friday night under the lights, Bryant Stadium, Bill Castle Field. Nothing much better. We have a beautiful little west to east wind coming at our backs, which is coming through the windows up here in the press box, providing a nice cool breeze in the back of our necks, so no sweat drops up here. As, of course, entering into later fall, we get the darkness earlier now, with the clock being set back last week. Ski down there, ready to go. Yeah, Jeff's pointing out to me what a great job Paul Hallier and the entire staff, the JV football team, completed their season with a record of 7-0. Perfect record for the JV team. And they are the 2016 city champions and the co-county champions. And we'd like to congratulate the Dreadnought JV football team for all their dedication, and hopefully many of them will be seeing some playing time up here at the varsity level very shortly. Mackenzie McDonald has been one of those players that has, I think, certainly improved from the beginning of the year, more with confidence, and certainly improved with the haircut. We got to give him that one.
Oh, yeah. A little more aerodynamic now. He can get him and feel faster up tackle on his kickoffs.
Definitely lighter on his feet after that. Number 17 places the ball down at the 40-yard line. An exciting time here at Bryant Stadium. Welcome everyone again to this special Veterans Day edition. The first round of the playoffs here at Bryant Stadium is underway. End over end kick is going to land in about the 6-yard line. Caught, setting up a little bit of a wedge. Number 1 cuts back to the middle, spins around to the 25 and gets the 26-yard line. Decent run back.
Yeah, very solid run back there. Absolutely. Jordan Miner, junior wide receiver and cornerback.
Yeah, Jeff, looking at the two rosters side by side, obviously the first thing is the difference in numbers, but not horrible. The Wiregrass team does have a good amount still there on the sidelines after the starters are trickling in here for their first offensive try. Number 9 is going to be split out. A.J. Brown to this near side. 2 wide receivers to the far side. The man with the bright yellow taper shoes is out there as well. Number 14, the quarterback that we talked about, Chris Fadul, hands off to number 3. He keeps it up the middle. As Jeff said, he is kind of Chris is a running threat. He's a senior quarterback. They show him as a senior.
Excuse me, I was looking at the backup quarterback. My fault, because during the warm-ups,
Grant
Sesson, during the warm-ups, he was making passes, and I'll say an unnamed Lakeland assistant coach told me that he was the starting quarterback.
Huh, maybe
it's a bad info.
He could have been. Something may have happened, but right now they have the senior.
Yeah, well, he's also the kicker, so I should have seen that.
Yeah,
so Chris Fadul, I should have seen that on the roster. So Chris Fadul is their quarterback, and that's who I need to keep an eye on.
Fadul shotgun, spreading the fields, get pressure. He's going to be brought down way back at the 18-yard, actually the 15 or 14-yard line. They lost a ton on that
play.
Latrell
Jean, the big sophomore defensive lineman for the Dreadnoughts. Huge sack.
Man, Latrell, too, just stayed on him. He's a quarterback that can be shifty, and the big guy just blanketed him and said, "Nuh-uh, I'm not going to let you out of the grasp. You're going down." Big loss and a big play. One of the keys is get this defense off in a quick way and give the offense a chance. 3rd and 21 now after the big sack. Ball just way back at the 15-yard line. Fadul rolls out right side, looking for some room. Tosses it to number 4 and a little bit passes outstretched arms to the 25.
Daniel Bigelow was the intended receiver. That's a nice pass there by Fadul, rolling out to his right. Had some nice velocity on that pass.
Difficult pass to make on the run, but delivered well. We can't tell from this angle how close it actually was to hitting the fingertips of the intended receiver. But nonetheless, that'll bring Fadul out in a different role. He'll now be the punter back at the goal line.
So good decision by Coach Castle to have his defense start off to get a 3 and out, or at least maybe say the defense makes him look good, as the Dreadnoughts are poised to get the ball in excellent field position.
Interesting formation. Double D, Daquan Devine back at the 45.
Well, nice punt.
Decent punt, but right to Devine. He may have a chance to return this one. Splits the defenders, 50, 40 down the sideline. Good block, 30. Side skips over a guy. Yeah, they didn't.
Block in the back, yeah, it definitely was. And it was unnecessary. Devine was already past the guy.
Didn't help him at all.
No, it was unnecessary.
Daquan with a beautiful run. It's going to be.
We'll still have good field position. We'll still have around their 40-yard line or so.
hard to lay off those sometimes when you're trying to do good and help out. As look at that. You can talk about that.
It's our game sponsor tonight. I've never heard of these guys, but
yeah, who are they?
maybe you've heard of them, Tim. John Goddard Produce Incorporated.
I don't know what that name is.
All right, time for a disclaimer, or full disclosure. That is my family's business, John Goddard Produce.
That's awesome.
Been in business here in Lakeland for over 60 years, yeah. And actually, so they're sponsoring the game, obviously, and they do actually a lot of business with Polk County schools, including delivering produce to Lakeland High School.
So Hotchkiss with good starting field position under center here at the 37. Drops back. Hotchkiss looking man-to-man.
Single coverage
going to
for
zing it
James
down.
Robinson.
He has a man. Robinson held up a little bit, thinking the pass wasn't going to get there, and it kind of floated. And he had to try to catch up with it at the last minute, but I think he would have kept running the route normally. It would have been perfect.
Slowed up just a
yeah,
little
he
bit,
slowed up just a second.
I don't know if he misjudged the ball maybe when it came off of Hotchkiss' hands.
It was actually a perfectly thrown ball. If he would have just continued the route, it would have went right into the hands of the fine receiver Robinson. But it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 as Robinson comes back to this near side in the tight formation. Xavier Allen, the fullback, the sole running back. Davis, though, gets the sweep. Man right there on the defense. That was a nice defensive play. Number 28 stuck right with Davis.
Dylan Bryan, the senior strong safety, came up and made that tackle right at the line of scrimmage. It's now going to be 3rd and about 10. And we're at that part of the field where this might be 4-down territory as we have the ball. Actually, they're going to give them a couple yards in that, about a yard in that play. It'd be 3rd and 9 from the 36.5-yard line.
Branson and Allen jot off the field, and it brings in Devine.
See Willie Baker out there.
Baker. So
look at this press coverage they're doing on the receivers.
stealthy receivers rolling out left side. Now getting pressure. Nice job of Hotchkiss avoiding, and oh my goodness. Davis was wide open in the flat over here. There's a flag on the play. Having to rush it with that big pressure Hotchkiss was getting. He kind of threw off balance and threw it ahead of
Davis.
Davis
Just a little bit, but if he had called that, he definitely had some green in front of him. Probably could have picked up a 1st down. So holding against Lakeland. They're going to, of course, decline it, I guess. Looks like they're signaling they're going to decline it. Although I'm a little surprised they're declining it, but Lakeland will pump the ball. I thought they might go for it, but Lakeland's going to pump the ball on 4th and 9.5. Davis got a half a yard while ago on the little pitch to the outside.
So good aggressive ideas. Castle coming out firing to Robinson, and on a near completion. The Dreadnoughts then stumble after that on 2nd and 3rd down with some penalties, and that'll bring up 4th down again. Kicking from the 50 is McDonald, who just tries to get some height. Look up, guys. Now just kind of took a dead bounce there
Still
at the 13-yard line.
Inside the 15-yard line. Good punt there by McDonald.
His goal is always to try to sneak it in the 10 as a personal goal, but not too bad. 13. And so 2 3-and-outs by the offenses of both squads. Now this is the 2nd go-around. I wouldn't say nerves enter in, but certainly trying to get some momentum. The Knots on defense now back. Straight handoff, right side, and he goes down shy of the 15, maybe a half yard, if that.
The Quinn McGee is a ball carrier. Joe, that defense looks sharp so far tonight, Tim.
Yeah, they do. I see, excuse me, obviously 21 Robert Madden out there, but who is that in the orange sleeves there to the left of Madden. Can't get a number on that.
8 or 9, I think.
The 8 and 9 maybe next to each other there in the linebacking core. This time,
Oh,
other
they're
side,
stuffed
handoff,
him.
and oh my goodness. That was a sandwich right there. That was like 2 velociraptors going after him, coming from each side. That was like a sneak attack.
That's number 7, but that's not Lorenz DeShazer, is it? If so, he's gained some weight this year. It's a big old boy there. Marquise Green, that makes sense. I'm going to say that can't be Lorenz
He ate a little bit
DeShazer.
too much Halloween candy. DeShazer had to.
Yeah, since when did Lorenz turn into an offensive lineman?
3rd and 14. Again, Dreadnought defense playing tough. Roll out. Fadul running under pressure. Gets it away. Caught. Trying to skate the sideline, and the ball came flying out, but I think it was after he was out of bounds.
I tell you, Fadul, he really snaps his throws.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch, actually. But
yeah, a lot of velocity coming. The ball does coming off of his hands. I think you're looking at, you got number 8, of course, Denquarius Long. And then number 9 is Jaquarius Smith. So
that's okay.
both out there with Robert Madden in the linebacker positions.
As the Knots with a beautiful defensive stand right there. That was textbook, folks. All kinds of havoc being wreaked by the defense in the backfield of Wiregrass. For the second time in as many as 5 minutes. Fadul over his head. That's going to be a safety for the Knots.
A couple of gimme points for the Dreadnoughts there.
We'll take the first 2 of the night.
Absolutely.
Just bad snap, as I was about to say, for the cannon goes off. Scared everyone half to death. The first.
You don't think about the cannon going off for a safety, you know?
Ill prepared there. As the, I was just about to say, Fadul was set for his second punt in under 5 minutes, and he didn't have a chance. It went two yards over his head. No chance of recovering either. He turned around and was already to the fence line.
Of course, we have to, when we broadcast the playoff games, we have to pay a fee to the state. So we want to thank Goddard Produce for stepping up and sponsoring the game tonight to allow us to be on the web with you. My dad, Bobby, and his twin brother, Dick, Michael Dick, they graciously helped sponsor the game tonight. And so at halftime tonight, Tim, my halftime interview would be one of my younger brothers, Jason, who currently works at the business. So we'll talk about the history of Goddard Produce and kind of what's going on now.
That's cool.
My youngest brother, Jason. Get me in trouble there, Michael. Be careful.
Hard to say if we got a couple, I wouldn't say cheap points, but easy points there for the Knots. First on the board with the safety. However, hard to tell, right? If pinning Fadul back on the kickoff, it's going to be good for them. If we would have had a chance for number 13 to run one back, or it was a shank punt, and this may actually play into the favor of Wiregrass if they can kick it deep and hold the Knots back outside the 50.
Whoa.
But that hits a Knot, and it worked in the favor of Wiregrass. Just as I was saying, it might turn around to be something.
That's the best field position of the night.
Oh my goodness.
My question is, was that done on purpose?
No.
Or did he just unloose a howitzer there?
I don't think so. That was a Scud missile flying low. If you're a golfer, that was the old worm burner shot. And it took one bounce, hit the shin of one of our front linemen there on special teams, and just it took a bounce 12 yards back towards Wiregrass, and they were already advancing, and they just had to simply fall on the ball. Dreadnoughts weren't even close to it, so they recover at just shy of the 35.
Let's just pretend that was on purpose and say that's the most amazing onside kick we've ever seen.
It worked. That definitely played in their favor. They might be okay giving up.
Coach Harbin told me that it was he was to do everything quarterback, including kicking, and sure enough.
Well, I heard some pretty intelligent guy before the game say special teams were pretty important in these games.
That's right. Who was that?
I don't know who that was. Second down and 8, let's say. 2 yards on first down. They've had a little difficulty picking up a first down. None to be exact, for the Wiregrass offense. Lakeland D playing extremely well. Handoff number 24, that breaks a tackle and bowls his way for a 5-yard, 6-yard gain. That was a nice hard run.
Chase Oliver, 5'9", 220. He's got some size on him there.
He's got some big old legs. He's all tree trunk legs down there. And he used them all as the Dreadnoughts trying to get off the field. They had one too many men on, and number 24 is able to get off. Hand off again to the same man. Tries to push the pile, just going to be yards short of the first down marker. So what do you do?
Well, I mean, they did an unconventional kick a while ago. Why not go for it? In goes Marquise Green, number 7, and 97, Avery Edward, the big uglies, if you will. I mean that in a nice way. For Lakeland, they're going to...
Oh, still third down. I thought it was fourth down. Still third down.
Big guys in the offensive line. But still third and short, so we got the big guys in there. This will be your first quarter water break. Tonight's game brought to you by Goddard Produce. Your score, Lakeland 2, Wiregrass 0. Let's take a short commercial break and be back with you.
From up here, most pre-owned vehicles look pretty similar, but that just isn't the case. Hi, I'm Benny Jr. with Bartow Ford. Only at Bartow Ford do we meticulously inspect every pre-owned vehicle that makes our lot. Because of our high sales volume, we're able to keep only the best. And let's face it, that's what you're looking for when you're looking for the best deal, a quality, premium, pre-owned vehicle. It's just another reason why at Bartow Ford we say we're different and we prove it.
Castle Field, rather, at Bryant Stadium, as they are bringing out the sticks just to give an indicator of how close they are on this. That is fourth down. See, I knew it was fourth down. 4th and inches.
You're right to begin with, my friend.
I know it. Second guessing
Fourth
myself.
and less than a yard.
Big decision. We've seen the Knots stuff them a few times, but they've had a couple successful runs behind number 24, who's again Chase Oliver, that junior running back, who's not very tall but got that low center of gravity.
First kind of big play this game here. Big decision for Wiregrass to make. Hey, you're at Bryant Stadium, you're the underdog. Might as well roll the dice, see if it comes up snake eyes.
Down a deuce as the Knots picked up a 2-point variety on the attempted punt that sailed over the head of Fadul. Thank you for joining us here in Lakeland, around the state, around the country, and around the globe, as we like to say. Michael Barrett and Barrett Creative doing a fine job, as always, his crew. Bringing the action to you. 4th and 1, and let's see if they do a hard snap count. They snap a quarterback sneak, and I don't know. I saw a knee go down.
It all depends on the spot.
Yeah, that's a pure...
You got a massive humanity there, and honestly, there's no way the refs can tell for sure where he went down, so it's just kind of a crapshoot, if you will, and it kind of depends on
both teams
where that ref puts his foot.
Saying that they were successful. One in a stop, one in
I think he got it.
Oh my, that's
a pretty good spot, I think.
That is a good spot. First down.
As you hear the Dreadnought faithful booing.
How in the world do you actually determine where that forward progress stopped? That's a big guessing game. You just look at the center of the pile, Jeff, and you mark the ball at the center of the pile. That's all you can do as a ref. Well, that's the first down of the night, and by the slimmest of margins for Wiregrass. Fadul handoff right side, number 3 spins and picks up a half yard. Can't call it a drive yet because it's been one first down by a few inches, but Wiregrass caught a big break on the crazy kick that bounced off a Dreadnought player and right into the hands of Fadul as he fakes a good roll out left side, trying to plant his feet, throws it a little bit too high, and there is a flag on some defensive pass interference around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, or holding, one or the other.
Or holding, yeah. It's
if it took
probably
place
holding.
before or after the ball was thrown, my guess it might be holding. So beyond senior cornerback Jacoby Joyner, who basically tackled the
he did too.
Wiregrass receiver, and no, he did not have the ball when he tackled him.
Even Jacoby threw up his hands and like, yeah, I guess I did it. Holding.
Yep, holding, which is not quite as long of an infraction as pass interference. This is off the subject, but Tim, that new parking garage at the hospital is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's looking very
Very
good.
pretty looking, very modern looking.
Facility growing by leaps and bounds as the Lakeland, city of Lakeland proper and surrounding community is growing. Fadul now into Dreadnought territory for the first time tonight. Here goes a flag skidding across the turf. Way on the sidelines. The sideline judge kind of just threw it underhand. Usually that's lining up somewhere on the
My
wrong
penalty's
side.
starting to rear their ugly head here on this drive, Tim.
So far, this definitely is an assist on penalties for Wiregrass. They're moving the ball primarily through penalty yards. Fadul on the shotgun takes 3 steps back, drops, fires it over, caught. Man in the flat has some room. Number 11 gets hit and pushed out of bounds just shy of the 25 at the 27.
Mathis will get credit for that tackle on Devon Roberts, the junior wide receiver.
As you can see, Fadul now trying to get some momentum spreading the field, and this is where we've heard he's dangerous, kind of moving the clock quickly and getting the defenses off balance. He rolls out this time right side. He was going to keep it, and he gets swallowed up at the 30.
He kept it.
He kept it all right.
Number 84 for the Dreadnoughts, Marco DeBris.
I believe that was the intent. It was to spread the defense, roll out, and just take off, but someone was standing right in his gap.
Has Marcus DeBris been injured most of the year? I don't remember seeing him play very much. I think he's a new player out there. He'll get credit for that sack.
He wasn't on the JV squad, was he?
He's a senior now.
Oh, no, probably not then. Fadul, 2nd and 13 after the quarterback keeper did not work. Number 3 hits a man behind the line of scrimmage and goes down to Quan McGee. Picks up a yard, maybe, but not back to the original line yet.
Multiple Dreadnought defenders combined made the tackles. The defensive line stood up tall and strong.
As you can see, Fadul is a good size quarterback. Pretty mobile, good at rolling out to either direction. It looks like he feels pretty comfortable throwing to either side.
I can see him getting some looks from some kind of smaller type colleges.
I think so.
Smaller to mid-level colleges.
Well, he's got some work to do to pick up this 3rd down, 3rd and 13. He's going to go to the air. Now he's going to take off running, and he's going to get hit and drop at the 35-yard line by the defense. 26 in there.
That's the second good tackle that he's made tonight for the Dreadnoughts. Lorenzo Brown from his defensive back position up, getting pressure on the quarterback. Lakeland doing a very good job tonight, Tim, bringing the heat on the Bulls, specifically their quarterback, Chris Fadul.
Number 20 also in on that tackle. Oh no, that was Finley Graham, 9th grader.
Finley's made some good plays this year. He's definitely got a promising future.
Yeah, that's exciting to see. Is the drive not ending how Fadul would have liked, but they do gain some field position in a weird way now. Instead of punting from inside their own 5, they're punting from the Dreadnought side of the field, and We're just going to stand there and watch it hopefully trickle into the end zone, and it does.
Couldn't quite keep out the end zone. Number 3, Daquan McGee did his best effort, but unable to do it. I was watching there as Fadul punted that ball, Tim. He did not punt it on the underside of it. I guess we call I'm not sure if you call it Australian style out, where you kick the end of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Fadul did there. We'll have to watch that and see if he does it all the time, or just maybe when he's kind of, trying to pin it inside the 20. Almost was able to get the Dreadnoughts down inside the 5, but the ball in the end zone, so Dreadnoughts come back out and start it at their own 20, up only 2-0 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter of tonight's playoff game.
There's getting Davis in the flow of things. Nice cut. Davis back out, breaking tackles. Davis down the sidelines at the 40, 50, and he's got the sideline. He's going to go all the way, Davis. I don't see a flag. What a run by the senior.
An 80-yard touchdown jump by A.J. Davis. He bounced outside, broke a tackle, and ran all the way down the left sideline. Good job of blocking for the Lakeland offensive lineman, also the receivers out there on the perimeter as well. But A.J. made that happen as he broke that tackle, and he was off to the races. Showing you his speed on that play and physicality.
And he gets into the flow of the game in a hurry. And
he's got 2 carries now for 80.5 yards. And 80 on that one.
Beautiful run. Won't see much better.
Welcome to the playoffs, Wiregrass.
That was beautiful. And, whoa, that was a low skidder that hit the left crossbar and dropped down, as you may have seen there, and no good on the extra
Not
point.
sure what happened there on our favorite kicker, Mackenzie McDonald. It looks like we did in Oregon. We got a touchdown win for a 2-point conversion. 8-0 Lakeland with 1:46 to go. And tonight's high school playoff football game brought to you by our sponsor, John Goddard Produce. I think I have to read some stuff tonight, Tim, from the FHSA. Remember all that fun?
Oh yeah, you got some
fun stuff to read.
Some disclaimers. While Jeff's getting that, the Booster Club meeting, if Lakeland does in fact go on to win this game, will be Monday night, November 14th at 7:30 in the LHS film room or the locker room, and it's a good opportunity again towards the end of the season to come listen to Coach Castle talk about the game. Minute 46 left in the first quarter. Dreadnoughts on top 8-0. A safety, a touchdown, and a missed extra point.
You're watching the 2016 FHSAA football region quarterfinal game on the Lakeland football webcast between their Wiregrass Ranch Bulls and your Lakeland High School Dreadnoughts. Rights to the game are granted by the FHSAA. And we certainly appreciate that.
Mackenzie McDonald, after the line drive miss, comes up the 6-yard line, returnable for number 1. He's going to try to get to the outside. Ooh, he's got a gap. He's got a hole at the 30, 35. Mackenzie trying to get him. He can't get him down the sideline. Number 1's going to beat everybody. And just like that, back to only a 2-point lead. Wow.
Jordan Miner, the junior playmaker, plays wide receiver and cornerback. And a wise man once said special teams can play an important part in this game.
Oh, my goodness. I should have shut my trap, maybe.
So much for Mackenzie's haircut, making it more aerodynamic.
Actually, a weird onside kick and a run back.
All kidding aside, though, but Mackenzie did take a bad angle on the
He caught him off guard.
Returner,
he didn't realize he was going to break through the hole so rapidly, and by the time he cut back, Jeff, as you said, number 1 was already past him.
Yeah, he was trying to make a tackle about the 30. If he just kind of came up to the 40 and kind of cut him off, they could have probably got him hemmed in and, but a nice return, but nothing like that.
Jordan Miner just struck gold for the Wiregrass Bulls.
Nice one, Tim. Get your A game tonight.
Yeah. And Fadul, the quarterback, on for the extra point. And he boots it through nicely. So here we go. 1-pointer. Oof.
So instead of being 9-0, less than a minute later, it's 8-7. Lakeland clinging to a 1-point lead.
Wowza.
And tonight's game, Tim, is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited.
I agree with you, Jeff. You said Fadul, for a young player that can obviously play quarterbacks, pretty versatile in that position, but then also pretty proficient what we see at punting and kicking and extra points. Not a bad guy to have on your squad. You got a backup kicker, you got a backup quarterback or a starting quarterback. Who knows what other position he may be able to play. So good athlete there in Fadul. And bailed out a little bit by number 1 is wide receiver and cornerback Jordan Minor, as the offense is yet to get in the end zone. But the old special teams. See if the Knots can answer here with just a minute 31 left in the first quarter. Looks like Willie Baker going to be returning this one. Willie Baker tries to cut back, and Willie's got a lot of room. Are you kidding me? Willie Baker down to the 50-40. Willie could go. One man he's got to beat. Look at Baker fly. That away, Willie. That's a response right there. How about that?
Back-to-back kickoff returns in this high school football game. Senior Willie Baker, the touchdown maker, took it 95 yards.
Woo, doggy, as we'd say at the old rodeo.
Checkmate. No, that is not Willie. That's DeQuan Devine. That's Willie Baker.
Way to go, Willie. I was like, Willie or won't he? He did.
Wow, you are on your A game tonight. A+ game.
He made it.
I'm just glad that I had the foresight to bring up special teams in my keys to victory tonight.
You are spot on, Jeff Goddard. As that time, there's a definitive extra point.
There we go, McKenzie.
Wow, what a last 30 seconds we've had here at Bryant Stadium.
Not very often you see back-to-back kickoff returns.
Like a 7th game of a World Series or something. Back and forth. And
don't let that possession receiver tag fool you by Willie Baker. He runs track for the Dreadnoughts in the spring, and he's definitely got some wheels, no doubt about it.
Apparently he had the track shoes on. He's got to be pumped about that. That's something he can always look back on very fondly. The senior getting his first, as far as I know, first run back for a touchdown. Very nice. Well, don't believe we can sustain this kind of pace.
Keith Phillips wants to know, what did you have for breakfast today? You're on fire. Did you eat your Wheaties today, Tim?
I did.
And maybe did you go by Reese Cliff or something and talk with all the Dreadnought Booster Club? A lot of the Dreadnought Boosters gather there sometimes here and have their bacon and eggs and hotcakes.
Some donut holes. Only the middle. Keep those calories off, you know. We're having a good time. We're glad that hopefully those of you who are joining us are having a good time as well, watching some action here, some fireworks. Pooch lobber at the 25, caught. Number 7 is going to fire it over. Look at that. Special teams, number 1 is going to get it. Trying to set up some blocks. I think the Knots are going to get them. Maybe not. That's awesome.
Where's Frank Wycheck when you need him?
How fun is that?
Trying to pull off their own Music City Miracle.
Wow.
I wonder if they were expecting that, or if they just said, first time Lakeland does the pooch kick, this is what you're going to do. He didn't, no hesitation. As soon as he called it, he immediately pivoted and threw it across.
I love that, coach. I like that boldness to try to keep things going. He was going for a three-peat. He was going for a 3rd touchdown in a row on special teams. He broke the contract. They didn't quite get it done, but it was still fun to watch. Fadul under center, I formation. we all catch our breaths and get back to some normalcy here, but that was fun. Just past the line of scrimmage.
Quite the eventful first quarter. And don't forget that the first touchdown was an 80-yard run by Davis, so you had 3 plays in a row of 80 yards or more.
Ow.
How about that? Chew on that for a second.
The Bulls they're good at chewing the cud.
Yeah. It's the 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I kind of want the first quarter in. It's been so entertaining.
I know it. What do we have to look forward to here? That was some good stuff. Fadul drops back man-to-man, fires it out to number 4, met at the 50-yard line, and slung down. Forward progress will get him to the 50, though.
Tackle there by Demari Mathis. I tell you one thing that's impressive, Tim, is on Fadul is he's got a really quick release. He really gets rid of the ball fast.
That was Daniel Bigelow, number 4, on the catch for Wiregrass. As the first quarter does, in fact, come to an end with just rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air, everything you'd want. Certainly at the end of a first quarter, as the Knots end up ahead 15-7, and we'll take a brief timeout here in the first round of the FHSAA playoffs. Stay with us.
High school juniors and seniors. Submit your A's and B's to Bartow Ford for your chance to win a new Mustang. Visit DriveFordExcellence.com for official rules. The 24th annual Drive for Excellence with Bartow Ford. We're different and we prove it.
As we are in the first round of the playoffs, it's always a task sometimes to look for sponsors of the game. As Jeff said, we had to someone has to step up, and we didn't have to look very far to our own family here, Jeff Goddard and his family at Goddard Produce. We thank them so much for sponsoring this game tonight.
Yeah, I heard that Conti Financial Services might be doing the next game.
That's right. You never know.
Some free investment advice.
Could be surprised. Into the second quarter we go. Fadul at the 50-yard line. Inside handoff. That was a little funny, like he was going to kind of.
He did not get either. He kind of lunged at the first down marker. He's going to be a yard, almost a full yard short. Actually, I think he will be a full yard short. So 4th and 1. You've already tried a Quanzi onside
Ooh, that
kick.
was a good spot.
Oh, wow. Now it's going to be maybe a couple inches short.
Well, now the.
I don't see how they did that. I mean, the initial
that
referee was like.
Almost a half a yard generous from what I saw.
4th and less than a yard. They're going for it.
They're going to try it.
Got lined up quickly.
Watch out for the quick snap count or the quarterback sneak. Hard snap count. Doesn't bite. They're going to call timeout maybe. Let's see. He's looking to the sideline. What do I do, coach? Can't hear you. Just do it.
Watch out.
They're going to have to call timeout.
For a second, I thought they were setting up the fake thing where they were going to snap it to the running back as the quarterback's just standing over like,
That's
I can't hear you.
That's not a bad idea, Jeff.
I was like, get ready, here it comes. But then they actually called a timeout.
Oh, that coach would have just won high praise in my marks if he would have tried to pull that off. That's
so now a pivotal play here in the first minute of the second quarter. Lakeland at 15-7. Wiregrass got 4th and inches just past midfield as they call a timeout to try to get the perfect play on. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message is provided by this station, aka the webcast, and the FHSAA.
We'll try to bring you, if we hear of the scores, obviously the other games the Dreadnoughts are most concerned about or paying attention to is the Plant game and the Winter Haven game. We'll see how those shake out here as we move along.
That's the same game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he
number
got
24 definitely got the first down.
An extra 4 or 5 yards to boot.
Well, of course, again, if we beat Wiregrass and Plant's victorious, we'll go to Plant. If Winter Haven wins, we'll be back here. Number 24's got a little power behind him.
Yes, he does. Big boy.
First down. Wiregrass, number 3, trying to re-answer after the flurry there.
Longs with that tackle.
Yeah, it was nice. Good wrap-up, solid tackle. Dreadnoughts seem to be not allowing many yards, Jeff, after initial contact tonight. That's a good thing. We've seen them have a couple lapses and just sound tackling in football as the refs looking to ask Green to go off for some kind of equipment. DeShazer squared.
Alex Edward coming in for him now.
Is like we could call Green.
Yeah.
Back lined up as Green had to come off for a play. Second down, 9. Pasta Fadul, hands off, right side. Boom. Body slam, Madden. And number 9 for the Knots, Jaquarius Smith.
Going with a little hurry-up offense here.
Like a little tag team wrestling takedown there on running back. Third down and 8. Big conversion. Nice fake handoff. Right side rollout. Play action down the field. Strong throw. It's going to be picked off.
It's James Robinson.
Robinson steps in front of it. Played receiver. He's adept at that. You can't give it to Robinson around that way. That's an easy pickings for him.
If he had not lost his footing there, he was going to have a chance to return that, but lost his footing and fell out of bounds. But nonetheless, first turnover of the game, interception by James Robinson, who I think, although I know he's being recruited to play receiver, I'm still not convinced that he's not going to end up a safety in college.
A little update from Mike as we just hear that Plant taking an early lead at the end of the first quarter on Winter Haven, up 10-0. So Plant leads Winter Haven 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Not a big surprise.
Excellent program.
Knott's here trying to add something on a nice long drive. We had some big old plays in this game as inside handoff to Allen as Davis was coming around the back, trying to sneak Allen off to the right side for a hit in the gap and trying to pick up some yards. Picks up a few.
We should have had a sponsorship deal with Allen and Company. Every time Xavier scores a touchdown, we can say this touchdown brought to you by Allen and Company. You know Fred Lopez, don't you? Let's see if we can let's get that signed up for next year.
To talk to
new sponsorship deal.
Keith Albritton, a good friend of mine in the crew over there. Hotchkiss lines his troops up. Davis way back, gets the handoff. Nice little hole there, cuts back to the middle of the field. Davis off and running again. Davis is going to try to get ahead of number 28. He's turning at the 40-yard line. Davis down the sideline to the 20. An angle, he's caught down near the 14. But a fine run. What a tally for Davis as he's racking up the yards.
3 carries now for, I'll say, over 150 yards.
Oh, my word. There was a little bit of a seam, and he just found it and then cut back over the middle. Didn't quite have the angle, but he was working to try to get down to the end zone.
Well, actually, he's probably about 3 carries, about 146, 147 yards. Quite the start for AJ tonight.
Got to hand it to the Wiregrass defender for not giving up on it. He chased him down, and at least they have a shot to stop him inside the 15.
Great job by Coach Farkas's charge there in the offensive line. They opened up a big hole for A.J. Davis there on that play. Speaking of Coach Farkas, I want to say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Farkas, Coach's parents up in Richmond, Virginia. Hope you guys are enjoying the game tonight.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, Jeff, as the Dreadnoughts lead 15-7 here. And this is being brought to you by Goddard Produce. We'll be right back, folks.
During the summer sell down at Regal Chevy, find your tag and get up to 16% cash back on select new 2016 Chevys. And you'll receive a 50-inch smart TV or laptop with every purchase.
Sal says yes, you pay less.
So what's the hot, like, the hot produce right now down at No, what typically, what kind of operations, Jeff, do y'all run, or typically what, are you a distributor, or what do they do?
Yeah, wholesale distribution. So,
okay.
Yeah, they don't grow anything. They just get everything brought in and
get it shipped out.
Ship it out to restaurants,
Very good.
Schools, cafeterias, country clubs, nursing homes, stuff like that. We'll be talking to my youngest brother, Jason Goddard, at halftime tonight. Get some more information on the happenings
day-to-day
there at
workings.
John Goddard Produce.
Wow.
16-0 plant. So
boy, oh boy, turning it on.
Looks like if Lakeland's fortunate enough to hold on Wednesday night, we would not be playing at Bryant next week. We'll be making a little roadie, as they say, over to Tampa.
Knots 15-7, trying to attack some more. Big play off Robinson. Can he jump up and get it? No question about it. That's almost unfair, folks.
Little back shoulder fade there. Nice job of adjusting to the ball by James Robinson.
That play with Robinson man-to-man is really almost unfair for a defender. I mean, it could be underthrown, and he comes back and out-leaps you. Overthrown, he just jumps higher than you and picks it up in the top of his jump. And so, really, unless Robinson makes a mistake, that's easy pickings.
Only fitting that he caught that touchdown pass as he started that drive with his INT of Chris Fadul.
Boom. Nice shot.
McKenzie made a second extra point in a row now.
That's looking a little bit better.
Puts the Dreadnoughts up 22-7, their biggest lead of the ball game so far tonight. 8:18 to go. Lakeland up by 15. So we wait another Mackenzie McDonald kickoff.
Wiregrass closed that gap with a incredible run back, and then Willie Baker erased a blink of an eye momentum that was passed on to Wiregrass by returning one 80-some yards of his own on the next play. And then the Knots from that point on have seemingly controlled the visitors.
The theme of this first half, Tim, is big plays. Both teams have had them, and fortunately for Lakeland, we've had more of them. We've had really 3 big plays, and Wiregrass has 1, hence the 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, look at both, you know, the big, I mean, players, so to speak, a lot of them, but Robinson and Davis. You got a pick off from Robinson, touchdown catch there. Davis, you've got 100 and almost nearly 50 yards on three carries.
And one of those was for a half a yard, by the way.
Right. Not a bad average. Well, he didn't just get into the flow of the game. He created a deluge. Did Davis. And again, give credit to the offensive line, as Jeff pointed out, opening up some big old gaps for him to saunter through. A bit of a collective whoo now from the Lakeland faithful as McKenzie tried to kind of repeat what the Wiregrass kicker did, kicking it low. 21 rather, is going to return his field. He's going to get caught from behind. No, he didn't. He escaped.
Wow.
And he's getting some good blocks downfield, and nice job by, remember, was it 17 and 14 as well.
For Lakeland, that's Demarius Jones, and Mackenzie McDonald, 17. Good job, McKenzie. He learned from his mistake there on the kickoff return. Took a better angle that time and got him tackled.
Dreadnought player down. I don't know if he got, it looks like his knee or his leg. In a lot of pain over there on the 40-yard line.
Can't quite tell what number that is over there.
looks like it's going to be a little bit here. As, the Knots are going to take a knee with 8:05 remaining in the second quarter. Dreadnoughts lead 22-7. We'll take a brief timeout as this game is being brought to you by Goddard Produce. Stay with us.
I'm Doug Bernetti, and I've lived in this area most of my life. Just one look at the interstate says it all. More people mean more cars, and that means more accidents. It could happen to you. And when it does, you may not be ready. But at Bernetti PA, we're ready. We have done this every day for over 20 years. We fight to recover compensation for our clients' car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages. Plus, we deal with the insurance companies so clients can get back on the road. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready.
As they help up the injured player, he's trying to put a little bit of weight. Number 26 is Lorenzo Brown, the 11th grade defensive back, trying to walk off on his own. He's hard to tell if it's a cramp, a stinger, or what he got there.
Lorenzo Brown, a name we haven't really called a lot this year, is arguably having his best game of the year tonight. Timothhy's already been in on a couple tackles, including a sack, half a sack for Lorenzo. So hopefully all that is just a cramp or something, because we'd like to see him back in the game as he's playing very well tonight.
Doc's taking a look at him. He says, lay down a second, stretch that thing out, let's see how you are. They're going to go to work on the cramp is what I think it is.
Thumbs up from the doctor.
A little fake kind of trying to draw the defense in, the quarterback for Dual, but he hands off to number 3, McGee.
Dr. Beavis giving the thumbs up, so it was a good sign.
Yeah. Cramps can hurt, though, man. They can feel like you got shot with a 22 in the back of your calf. Second down 5, first down pickup, firing it over and dropped. Tough throw. It's kind of a warbler. Not his best pass, but still could have been caught by the receiver number 4.
Normally he throws a very pretty ball coming out of his hand and a lot of zip on it, and he's also shown a little bit of touch earlier, but that, I would agree with him, definitely his, I hate to say ugliest, but least effective pass of the night so far.
That was big low on the reception, the intended reception. 3rd and 5 now, just shy of the 45 of the Knots. Padul's long snap count. He's going to take his time, rolling back, getting a little pressure, and he's still looking downfield. Isn't going to scramble, and he gets hit at the 40.
Going to get a first down though, before he's brought down by Danquarius Long. So he's limping just a little bit, but Fadul is very slow to get up. So
rolled over.
Hate to see that.
And the Knot trainers are looking at him.
So we might see Grant Sessom tonight here in the next play, depending on.
Well, he's already out on the field.
Definitely for the next play.
At least the first play. Fadul does not look.
He's not moving at all.
Like he's happy right now.
Hate to see that. It's been fun watching him play.
Yeah, he's moving.
Well, he's moving, but he's not up. He's just kind of there on the field, and he is rolling around somewhat.
Knots respectfully taking a knee around
I hate to
the
see
sideline there.
A player of any caliber, especially one.
He just felt kind of funny. He kind of rolled. His body looked like it, like half his body was rolling.
Well,
the other half was caught behind.
Tackled him, he kind of like, it was kind of an awkward tackle. Kind
Yeah,
of like
it
flipped
was.
him over him. He did almost like a somersault tackle there.
Could have pulled something, or I don't know. And I speculate. We'll just take a brief timeout with the commercial here and come back in just a few moments. 22-7 is your score. Still working on Fadul on his right leg rather, I'm sorry. Looks like it might be a little bit more than a cramp.
And that's not a good sign for the senior quarterback for Wiregrass Ranch. Looks like perhaps that's his mother who just ran across the field and is now kneeling next to him.
Oh,
Certainly look of concern on her face.
he's sitting up. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign, yes. Getting an ovation from the Dreadnought faithful now.
Oh. Try to put a little pressure on it, and
they're gonna have to help him walk across the field.
Right leg doesn't like that right now, so he's gonna hop off, and I would say questionable.
The thought has to be running across his mind right now as a senior that may be the last play of his very good high school career. As one of his teammates comes out to offer some help, I think that he's going to stay with the two trainers taking him across the field.
You never know with the ability to bounce back of some of these high school athletes. I mean, they may tape him up and he may be out in the second half, but I would say less than 50% chance with what that looks like. As he's walking across, that chance is probably getting less for a return for Fadul.
Yeah. Well, thus we have a backup quarterback, and that's why Grant Sessoms was taking passes before the game when he was incorrectly identified as a starting quarterback. So he's going to come in here and do the best he can to lead the offense for the Bulls.
But definitely a blow, Jeff, because now you lose your kicker, your punter, your starting quarterback. And got to replace 2 or 3 backups for one man going down. As Sessoms' first play after the injury to Fadul now in at quarterback. 2 steps, fires it out. Nice pass to number 3 in the flat. You catch him at after a 7-yard gain, but that was a beautiful pass.
Perfect pass. Nice touch. Let him. That's the thing on those screen passes. For them to be effective when you hit the running backs on the backfield, you got to lead them. You know, you can't throw behind them. You can't throw at their feet. You got to lead them so they can catch it and then get the all-important yak yards after the catch. If you throw it 30 yards downfield, it doesn't matter as much if you get yak. But always when you're doing a screen pass, you got to set them up to be able to run after the catch. And that was a perfect execution by Sessoms on his first.
There's that direct snap again to number 3, Daquan McGee.
On the fake ball being snapped over the quarterback's head.
Robert Madden on that previous play was the man that halted it from being a much bigger play. They only got 7 yards, but they could have been a lot more if Madden wouldn't have chased him down there. But still, the Wiregrass Bulls not giving up here as they're trying to get some more points on the board in the first half with 6:16 remaining.
We still have half the second quarter. And
their second quarter water break here.
A little hydration, respite.
Yeah, I need one. I don't think the water boys ever made it
Yeah,
up
I think
here.
I finally got down there.
Did they? Oh, I need to go get a belly wash.
That's what halftime's for, my friend.
That is. That's what we're waiting on.
In case you're just joining us, we've had a bevy of explosive plays as A.J. Davis has an 80-yard touchdown run and about a 65-yard run that set up another score. And then the teams traded kickoff returns for touchdowns. First one coming from Jordan Miner, the junior for the Bulls, and then senior Willie Baker for the Dreadnoughts. So quite the exciting first half, Tim.
A plethora of powerful plays coming at you here from Bryant Stadium. Always a good opportunity to pull out the thesaurus. Oh, pass play. Fired and into the cheerleaders. Quick pass attempt. Ooh, he had to get that away too because a knot was just had him in the crosshairs.
You have to give this young man credit. He's come out there and fired some passes right out of the gate. Nothing shy about that.
Defensive end had him in his sights though. He had to get that away quickly. Second down and 10. Handoff left side. Not much there at all. At all. No, sir.
Dreadnought defense standing tall here as they have not allowed any points tonight. The only touchdown for the Bulls came on a kickoff return.
Sessoms in now at quarterback with the 1 long sock and the one naked calf. Very interesting fashion statement by number 10. Drops back 3 steps. He can launch it, fires it, caught, and then drops. Number 8 had it and lost it at the 15-yard line.
Head coach for the Bulls is Mark Cantor. Seems to be like what might be a fun coach to play for. Is he certainly taking some chances tonight?
Yeah, I like the style. I like your style.
4th and 9, so what are they going to do here? And the other issue is with the quarterback getting hurt, he's also your kicker.
That's what I was
so now
saying.
when you have to punt or kick off, who's going to do that?
It is correct, sir. They're going for it on the 4th and 9, launching one into enemy territory. Knots all around the ball. Not quite.
That was kind of the old wing and a prayer play.
Yeah.
He just checked that in the end zone.
That was kind of
hope
a
for the
directional
best.
pass. It wasn't even really targeted.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to throw it up and, as Jeff said, say a little quick prayer. Well, they didn't play conservative, which I like. They can't. Maybe they get lucky on one of those and try to draw near, but the Knots will get the ball back here on downs.
I think they were, in that play, you're just hoping for maybe pass interference because there's no chance of being caught.
Baker. And I think that's Jakari West. Oh, a little bit late in getting off as Davis is there's going to be a hold. That's old Jakari West. Totally had his back turned and didn't even know the play had started yet. And by the time he turned around, Davis was right in his rearview mirror, and he tried to hold his defender, and that's in fact what happened.
Another big hole there for
It was a big
Davis.
hole,
Not
but
really necessary for that.
Jakari didn't even know the play had started, so he just turned around and held the defender. We've seen a bit of a back issue for Mackenzie McDonald. He's tweaked it throughout the year, and it seems to flare up at different times. He's been holding that back, rubbing into it, and trying to loosen it up here for the better part of the last 10 minutes on the sideline. Doing some stretching exercises. Those kickers have it rough. A stumble there a little bit by Hotchkiss as Davis still finds a way to pick up 7 yards and gets near the.
You mean he only got 6 or 7 yards?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Where's these 60-yard jaunts?
You're hurting your average. At least with that little puff of a few yards, I'd say he's over 150 mark now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Second and a short one, though. They gave him nearly 9 yards. We'll take that for an average. I formation. Big man in there, and he's got it. Allen with the scrum pile for another first, well, easily a first down, and would have picked up another one.
He's a pile mover.
He is a pile mover.
3:55 here to go in the second quarter.
My plumber once
Plenty
called
of-
himself the pile mover.
Yeah. It's a special talent.
It is. Someone's got to do it. Hotchkiss and the offense look like they've got something cooking patiently as Allen looks to block for Davis. Davis patiently busts forward for another 7 or 8. He really didn't really ever hit the ground. He kind of was spinning on the back of one of the Bulls, but they're going to mark him down at the 55, 45. There's no 55. That old 55-yard line, watch it.
Well, Tim, with as good as the offensive line is blocked tonight, as you've commented on, I think maybe we'll interview Coach Farkas at halftime.
Oh, I like it. Easy first down pickup for Davis. Look at
That's
that. 2nd down and 2 to go for number 2.
So here's the question, Tim.
Or was that Allen?
With Mary Claire and Malin not able to be with us tonight, I'm going to be going down to interview Coach Farkas. So, you know, in case all of you in the viewing audience don't know, there's a slight height difference between myself and Coach Farkas. So the question is,
can it get in the same frame?
Should I stand on the bench to interview him?
Me.
I might have to do that.
And Davis gets, that's his worst run of the night as the defense closes in.
Michael, I will not have him get on a knee. That would be worse.
I was thinking, Michael, he could sit on your shoulders out there.
Yeah, if I sat on Michael's shoulders, I still don't think I would be as tall as Coach Farkas.
Second down 11. Boy, Davis actually lost a yard. That's going to hurt him. Oh, bit of anxious anticipation by the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Number 23 and a host of others were moving before the ball was moving.
Another penalty. But this one goes against the Bulls. As Lakeland has had too many penalties the first half. That one sequence, they had a couple in a row, but other than that, they've actually played a pretty clean game, so that's good.
Hotchkiss working on 2nd down. Strong eye. He's been keeping it on the ground a little bit here, and as I say that, he's going to try to scramble. Nice job of scrambling, getting to the outside. Good run by Hotchkiss. He's not going to get the first down, but that was a nice escape to pick up a few anyways.
Holden showing you a little speed there.
Yeah.
Got to the outside. Nice job by Hotchkiss.
Well, let's use the word speed relatively.
Well, yeah,
for Hotchkiss, that was a nice
yeah, definitely relatively speaking.
scramble. As the princesses of precision, the Anchorettes, taking their place as they traditionally do right before halftime to wow and entertain. As Allen, look at
if he could have
Larry
kept
Zonka
his
there.
balance there when he spun around, he might could have rumbled into the end zone.
I was waiting for it, anticipation, getting ready to make a big call, and he just got tripped up there on the spin move, but nice first down carry. Wow, you've got to be kidding me. There's a score that, it's not surprising, but I guess it's a little surprising. Davis gets the call. There's 6 or 7 minutes left as the flag comes down, and Davis still on his feet. Just go down, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, how long? Oh, that's ridiculous. You got the flag on that. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. A, well, how do you not blow the whistle 3 or 4 seconds before that? And B, clearly was a late hit and borderline cheap shot. It's uncalled for. And there is a flag down, but that's going to be probably for holding much earlier in that play.
Weird play.
It's a little altercation there between the two teams.
Here the Knots getting chippy. We were just about to tell you that with about 7 minutes left in the second quarter, Plant has exploded and is up on Winter Haven 45. Mike, is that right? 45-0.
That's the running clock for you.
Did I hear that correctly? That is correct. That is correct. 45-0.
So there'll not be a third encounter with the Blue Devils this year.
No.
Regardless of what happens in this game. Lakeland up 22-7 with only 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in the second quarter, Tim. So
plenty of time.
yes, and then some timeouts left, I believe. Although the scoreboard says no timeouts left, I don't think that's right. Trip to the right. Hotchkiss in the
All Davis
shotgun.
needs as much time as it takes to sneeze and blow your nose. Hotchkiss rolling out, getting pressure, but he's just taking a long time. He throws it to nobody. That might be, yeah, he's outside,
the pocket.
Yeah, there's a flag, though.
Oh, you know what? If he didn't get it past the line of scrimmage, it would still be considered intentional grounding. I don't think he may not have done it far enough, although it seemed like it got past the line of scrimmage. It was close. He had a guy wide open there in the middle of the field. He didn't see him, or if he did see him, he didn't have his feet set to be able to deliver the ball.
And another flag.
They're going to get him for intentional grounding.
So we are going the wrong direction.
So what was a promising drive is no longer for the Dreadnoughts. Yep, intentional grounding.
Now do you just take a knee and try to go ahead and get out of here with nothing damaging happening with 35 seconds, or do you take a few shots downfield? Very interesting. Hotchkiss and Robinson in a conversation with Coach Castle. Robinson's going to stay on the sideline. Got Davis, Baker out there. It's going to be probably just a couple little draws to Davis. Maybe try to open up a hole. Jakari West split near side, Baker far side. Strong I formation. Second down and 40. Trying to set up a screen to Jakari West down the sidelines. Covered pretty nicely by.
Solid play.
Yeah, good call, but they pick back up maybe a third of what they need. Timeout trying to be called, but they're not seeing it. 20 seconds left.
Third down, you could do another little 5 to 10 yard pass and go for the end zone on fourth down. Why not? Just a couple of years ago, remember early in the season we hit a Hail Mary right before the half. Do you remember that?
Yep.
That's maybe 2 seasons ago.
Oh, I think that's easily within Mackenzie McDonald's range. Not. Ooh. The good news just keeps coming. Oh, Michael Barrett. The color commentary that you don't hear sometimes might be the best. Yay. 20 seconds left on the clock, and a weird ending here. But you have been treated, if you've hung in there, to a pretty exciting first half. Lots of big plays. Bunches of them. Hotchkiss, nice fire over to Baker. Ooh, sidesteps the guy. Look at Baker take off. Get around there, Willie. He tried to break through at a guy at the 35 and was tackled as Jeff. Jeff's going to take a moment to go down to the field. He's got a busy halftime coming up. He's going to try to interview maybe Coach Farkas as our normal sideline reporters. They're definitely more attractive than Jeff, but he'll do. The produce family man from Lakeland, Florida, heading down to the field. Jeff's a man of many talents. He just needs some high heel shoes. Only 9.5 ticks left on the clock. And we'll round out this first half. I like those shoes by Robinson. Has got the gold high tops, man. They are a thing of beauty. He's represented him well tonight with a pickoff and a touchdown catch. Davis running for over 150 yards in the first half. movement by the Bulls. I don't know if that really matters much in the scheme of things. We're still on a 4th and 21. Time is the real factor now. But it's just 1 yard shy of the 30-yard line. Baker in a man-to-man slot being covered by Jordan Minor out to the far side. Watch that matchup. Pitch to Davis, who's going to look like he's going to throw the ball back to Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss has it at the 15, trying to make a move. 10, 5. We have 0.0 seconds left, and we're going to run out of time. Oh, my goodness. Nice play, Coach Castle, coming up about 5 yards short. Hotchkiss tried everything he could to fight his way in, and he was getting pounded. He took some shots, but nice looking play to end the half, coming up a bit short. Jeff's going to track down Coach Farkas here in a few moments and hopefully get a little bit of interview, and I think he's already tracked him down, and we'll just wait. Jeff's I love it. That's beautiful. You're gonna see it in a second. Jeff Grew. So your end of the first half score, the Knots 22, the Wiregrass Bulls 7 on an exciting first half of action. Go ahead, Mr. Jeff Goddard.
All right, here with Coach Farkas, the offensive line coach for the Dreadnoughts. Coach, you're up 22-7 at the half. Let's talk about your offensive line play. They seem to be playing some really big holes for A.J. Davis. Talk about that.
I feel good about the way they're playing. You know, they're a young group, but at this time of the season, they're not a young group anymore. We got 3 sophomores out of the 6, and they're really coming along all year. And in the first playoff game, they really came together, and I think tonight they are too. We've had some pretty short drives and some pretty big plays, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah, very rarely do you see 3 plays in a row of 80 yards or more. Talk about the explosion we had there in the first quarter.
You know, we talk about it all the time. Everybody do your job, and on those 3 plays, everybody did their job, and that's what happens.
Well, if your guys keep on doing their job, AJ might end it with 300-plus yards before the game's over. Talk about what a privilege it's been to watch AJ run the ball these last 4 years behind your charges.
I'll tell you, I've been very fortunate. When I came here, AJ was a freshman running back, and I remember his first kickoff return, he ever touched the ball, he got a touchdown. I said, I'm going to have a good time coaching that guy for 4 years. So, you know, I'm very fortunate. He's a great kid. He always tells the O-line to do a great job, and he reads his blocks well, and he practices hard. So we're very fortunate. I'm going to miss him.
I think all of the Dreadnought Nation will be missing him for sure. And how often do you have to look up at me, Coach?
You know, you look really good in those heels.
Thank you, sir. Coach Farkas, Dreadnoughts up 22-7 at the half. We'll see you in the second half, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Look at there you go. Thank you. There's the foot shot. That bench is at least 2.5 feet off the ground, and Jeff just barely inches over the head of Coach Farkas, who is always very animated and tells it like it is. And I explained to you how much of a privilege it is for him to coach Davis now for the many years that he has. And it's a pleasure for fans to watch. You know, you hope they go on and have careers maybe at the next level. You just never know. A lot of factors in that with injuries and desire to do that and just the course of the path that life takes you on. But while it's able to be watched, it's something that's fun and a privilege for us. And that's part of the reason that we enjoy doing this here. So again, the Dreadnoughts at the Harry Seafood Halftime Show lead 22-7, and we'll take a timeout, and Jeff will hightail it back up here and have a nice conversation with some family members about Goddard Produce. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I'm Doug Bernetti, and I've lived in this area most of my life. Just one look at the interstate says it all. More people mean more cars, and that means more accidents. It could happen to you. And when it does, you may not be ready. But at Bernetti, PA, we're ready. We have done this every day for over 20 years. We fight to recover compensation for our clients' car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages. Plus, we deal with the insurance companies so clients can get back on the road. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready.
Agnini Family Dental truly is a family of doctors. We strive to give our patients a patient-first dental experience. Our goal at Agnini Family Dental is to provide our patients with the highest level of comprehensive dental care and prevention. Every member of our team promises to put the needs and concerns of every patient first in every aspect of their dental care. Our family of doctors take a tooth-conservative approach to restorative dentistry with a special focus on sedation dentistry, implant dentistry, and orthodontics. Call to schedule your appointment today and let our family of doctors change the way you look at dentistry.
From up here, most pre-owned vehicles look pretty similar, but that just isn't the case. Hi, I'm Benny Jr. with Bartow Ford. Only at Bartow Ford do we meticulously inspect every pre-owned vehicle that makes our lot. Because of our high sales volume, we're able to keep only the best. And let's face it, that's what you're looking for when you're looking for the best deal, a quality, premium, pre-owned vehicle. It's just another reason why at Bartow Ford we say we're different and we prove it.
During our Fun in the Sun event at Regal Kia Lakeland, drive a new 2016 Optima, get 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash. You got the sun, you got the fun, and we've got the savings at Regal Kia Lakeland.
South says yes, you pay less.
Back with you at Bryant Stadium as the Harry Seafood halftime show rolls on with your Dreadnoughts up over Wiregrass Ranch 22-7. Tonight's game being brought to you by John Goddard Produce. Tonight my halftime guest on the Harry Seafood halftime show is actually my younger brother, Jason Goddard. How you doing, Jason?
Great. Good to be here with you tonight.
All right, good to see you. So you currently work for the family business, John Goddard Produce. Talk about your role there with the company.
I've been working there for about 10 years now, and I assist with all things there operationally, sales. Main thing I do is outside sales and customer service, you know, going and seeing customers, checking on them, and picking up new clients and all.
So talk about a little bit about Goddard Produce, wholesale distribution company. What's our client base made up of?
Well, it's made up of institutional places like nursing homes, retirement centers, and all schools, public schools, colleges, private schools, charter schools, and then also restaurants and all, chain restaurants and local just mom and pop restaurants.
And so how many the schools in Polk County does Goddard Produce deliver to?
We do about 50 schools in Polk County right now this year.
So is that roughly maybe half, give or take?
About give or take,
okay.
about half.
And the most important question, do we feed the champions at Lakeland High School?
Absolutely, absolutely. They've been a long time loyal customer of ours, going back. Sandy Lawson was there a couple years ago, then she retired, and now Miss Myrna's there, and we've been dealing with her selling to her for 2 years. And,
all right, so let's talk a little bit about the history of the company. Obviously, the John Goddard Produce is our grandfather.
Absolutely.
Talk about how far back the company goes in Lakeland.
Well, it goes back a long time, probably 60 plus years and all. Our grandfather was working for a gentleman, I think Buddy Holly.
No, not Buddy Holly. He's the musician. Holly something.
Yes, Mr. Holly, and he was working for him, and then became partner, and then bought him out and took over, and then that's when they changed the name from Standard Fruit Company to Goddard Produce. And all, and now my dad and uncle work there, who are identical twins and alumni of Lakeland High School, and they've been in the business over 40 years, and you've paid your dues there, and our brother Kevin has paid his dues there, and now I guess I'm paying my dues there.
And the only person who hasn't is our older brother Robbie, but he's paid his dues to the country, and happy Veterans Day, Robbie, if you're watching right now.
Absolutely, and happy Veterans Day to you, Robbie.
And to all the veterans out there. So obviously, as you mentioned, pretty much all of the Goddard family are alum of Lakeland High School. So talk a little bit about the importance of, from your perspective, of Lakeland High School in the community, and of course, Coach Castle and the football team.
Well, I think it's a huge part of the community and all and stuff. It's great to be back here at Bryant Stadium. Been several years since I've been here, but it's always good to be here and brings back great memories. And Lakeland High School, it's it's a great a huge asset in the community, and to be proud alumni, and all of our family, our parents, aunt, uncles, and brothers were all proud alumni. And I mean, anywhere you go, it's never a bad thing to be able to say you're alumni of Lakeland High School.
Yeah, especially with the success of the football team over the past, decade and a half. It's kind of a name that's recognized throughout the country in a lot of circles.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, our older brother, Robbie, being an alumni in the Air Force and all, been all over the country, and, wherever he goes, people are familiar with Lakeland High School.
So we talked a little bit about the client base of Goddard Produce. Now let's talk about the different products that Goddard Produce sells and offers to that client base you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a full line of fresh fruits and vegetables and all. We have processed vegetables like shredded lettuce, chopped lettuce for salad mix, diced onions, full line of frozen vegetables like field peas and zipper peas and stuff like that. And we also have a full line of dairy products, and we do other miscellaneous stuff like frozen French fries and bacon and frying oil and sausage patties and all and stuff. So we have a full line of, we do eggs and all, hard cooked eggs and regular shell eggs, and so we have a full line of products that we sell.
Quite the array of products there.
Absolutely.
And so talk a little bit about what are some of our longtime customers here in Lakeland that maybe some of the viewing audience might know?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of good, long-time, loyal customers. Harry's Seafood downtown, who's sponsoring this halftime show. Manuel Meza is a great guy, outstanding guy, long-time, loyal customer of ours. And all Texas Cattle Company downtown is a great customer of ours. Red Door Wine Market and downtown Lakeland there by the Lakeland Public Library is a wonderful customer of ours. And if you have alumni and haven't been back to town and come back to town, I encourage you to go check out Red Door. It's a new concept here in town, and I think you guys would really like it. And but we do also the country clubs, Grasslands, Eagle Brook, and Yacht Club when they're open.
What about one of the old-time favorites here in Lakeland, Jimbo's?
Absolutely, longtime customer, Jimbo's, Reese Cliff, and I'll get orders every day, and great partners and great customers.
And now does Goddard Produce only do Lakeland, or they do some other surrounding communities, right?
Yeah, we do other surrounding communities. We're actually in 4 counties: Lakeland, part of Polk County, part of Hillsborough County, Pasco County, and Highlands County, and about 14 municipalities in 4 counties.
Okay. And last question: if someone is out there watching and they want to come by, maybe get like a case of carrots because they juice or something like that, can people walk in and buy things like that? Is it only delivered to the institutional food service as you mentioned earlier?
Mainly wholesale and all. That's what we're set up for, is wholesale and all. But we do, help out like churches and organizations and all, like fundraisers. If you're having a barbecue or having a fundraiser at church and all, dinner, church dinner. We have places like that come along and, we can sell to them, but we're not technically open retail to the public. And
okay. Very nice. Well, thanks for being my guest tonight, Jason, on the Harry's Seafood halftime show. And we'll go ahead and take you down to the field, let you enjoy some of the Dreadnought marching band. Once again, your score, Lakeland 22, Wiregrass 7 at half, as the Harry's Seafood halftime show marches on.
love y'all, champion, man. We love y'all, champion. That's beautiful. Hey, we love you, champion. Freshman number 42. Thank you, champion. Thank you, champion. Thank you.
High School juniors and seniors. Submit your A's and B's to Bartow Ford for your chance to win a new Mustang. Visit DriveForExcellence.com for official rules. The 24th annual Drive for Excellence with Bartow Ford. We're different and we prove it.
During the summer sell down at Regal Chevy, find your tag and get up to 16% cash back on select new 2016 Chevys. And you'll receive a 50-inch smart TV or laptop with every purchase.
Sal says yes, you pay less.
Welcome to the wrap-up of the Harry's Seafood Halftime Show here up in the press box, high above Bill Castle Field. What a great job the Lakeland High School Dreadnought Marching Band did, and in honor of that, I had to switch shirts, Jeff Goddard. A little
Very nice.
patriotism here on Veterans Day, still sporting the black and orange. And I heard God Bless America as I was walking down there, and many other great hymns that they put on, a great medley of kind of historic, patriotic
I could
songs.
hear in the background a little bit. I was doing the interview, so I was trying to focus on that side. I didn't really notice exactly what they were singing.
They did a great job, and of course they had the big American flag down there during that whole presentation. So,
and I just want to say for the record, I was not standing or anything. I actually am a half-inch taller than Coach Farkas.
Everyone knew that. We all knew that. No, but good interview, by the way. You do a great job always. I enjoy your interviews myself. So hopefully the folks at home do.
It's always fun to get to go on the field to kind of. I mean, it's great being up here in the booth, but I know it's kind of fun being down there in the middle of the action.
It is, yeah, a little bit different feel when you actually step on the field, and you do that well. So we
have to continue to evaluate how the game's going to decide which player I should interview after the game.
My goodness, yeah.
Right now, there's one guy kind of sticks out, but could be any number of people.
Yeah, a few that are certainly making a case.
I mean, certainly, AJ's having a great game, and we've interviewed him before. I don't know, maybe it's time to interview Willie Baker. Kickoff return, and as actually my brother Jason was pointing out up here off the air after we'd done the interview, he was saying on that AJ's long, the 80-yard touchdown run, that Willie sprinting downfield made that last block.
Well, I think you're talented enough to probably maybe do two at once even, so you maybe grab a couple of them down there.
We might do a couple guys,
The seniors trying to get him in here. Certainly, as it looks, we have, again, a whole half of football to play, but looks like this may not be their last game. And, of course, Plant dominating Winter Haven.
That game's going to be over in 5 minutes with the running clock.
Yeah, it'll be over by the time we get back on here in the second half as the teams come back on the field for warming up here on slowly getting a little chillier, which is great for some fall football.
Yeah, this is I had a feeling it was going to be like this today. When I walked out of the house early this morning, had to work early, well before sunrise. There's a little chill in the air, so I had a feeling that maybe we might have this kind of weather tonight,
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere, and again, some big plays. It's always fun to see that here at Bryant
really,
Stadium.
if you want to break this game down in its simplest form, 3 big plays for Lakeland, 1 big play for Wiregrass, so 3-1, and it's 3 touchdowns, for Lakeland, 1 touchdown. So that's basically what you have. A 2 touchdown lead.
How about those special
teams
teams coming in, getting
special teams,
getting 3 of the 4, I think, total out of the scores. No, but it's our pleasure again to bring these games to you, and again stepping up. Your family business stepping up, and everyone as a team. Obviously Michael Barrett, and does a lot of the unsung work behind the scenes, and you as well, and our sponsors throughout the year, Harry's, Seafood,
and we're already
Agnini Family Dental.
And we're already working on a sponsor for our next playoff game.
Okay.
I don't want to reveal that yet, so I don't want to put any pressure on them, but we already got one in the works.
All right.
But if you're out there and you're watching the game today and you own your own business or you work for a company and you think they might be interested in sponsoring, we would love to have you sponsor a playoff game because, as you said, we do have to pay a fee to the state. And so we would love to have your assistance with that. So feel free to contact me, Jeff at lakelandfootball.com. That's JEFF at lakelandfootball.com, all lowercase. And we'd love to get you involved with being one of our playoff game sponsors. Hopefully we'll have several more to go this season.
They don't increase the fee as we go along, do they, as we get further into the playoffs?
Every round. 52 to nothing Plant at halftime.
Oh, my. Well,
maybe Winter Haven should just get on the bus and head home now.
Yeah, that one definitely should be over early. And, wow, they got their train rolling, obviously, in Winter Haven, shell-shocked. And we'll get to see that exact team 7 days from now. So hold on to your hats, and Lakeland will have to bring every weapon they have to stay in that game, really, realistically. Everyone said, Paul Hallier said, that's the game to punch your ticket to play St. Thomas, in essence.
The Plant game?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
So.
And we kind of thought that might be the case last year until we got tripped up by the little engine that could, if you will,
right.
Vieira.
Yeah, well, Mike just said, too, that there's a good chance that should be a highlighted game. So we don't know right now, but the Bright House game of the week, which would really be
preclude us from doing the webcast.
We wouldn't have to do the webcast, which may work out well because I hadn't told you, but I'm going to be in North Carolina next week anyway.
Well,
so
if we do that, I guess
may
I'll be
actually work out.
Breaking a new partner.
But then I'll be begging for another game. I don't want this to be my last one.
Keith DeLoach, if you're still watching.
Keith.
You're on retention, my friend. You're on retention.
You're getting off the bench, the bullpen, so to speak. And Keith enjoys doing it and is a wealth of knowledge as he follows the knots. And, again, happy Veterans Day, especially to Keith, too, obviously.
Maybe,
who's served our country well.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll have to serve Keith the same breakfast you had this morning. So he'll be in his A game next week if we're able to do the game. But the good news is if we are fortunate enough to survive that game next week, we potentially could have 2 more home games here at the cozy confines of Bryant Stadium.
We would like to see it. The talent is there. It has to come together, and everyone has to get involved. It can't be, we can't be looking next week and saying, one player tried to carry the load. The Juggernauts, they're capable. We've seen that throughout the year. If they come together and play an entire game, entire 4 quarters, they could give Plant a good run.
Of course, we played Plant in the second round of the playoffs last year. Bryant won that game, and we certainly felt last year like that was one of our best played games of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Against a very tough Plant team, and Plant might even be better this year than last year.
As we get set here for the second half action, we turn around. Ski has been quite the cheerleader tonight. He has not been contained, so to speak, in his area down there. He is walking the sidelines with his banner that is so well known, Go Dreadnoughts, full speed ahead. As you can see him right there on your screen. Man your battle stations, full speed ahead. For one of the best fans, Dreadnought fans you'll ever see.
He's the super fan.
Back to action on the field now. As, again, a new kicker in because the quarterback is injured, and there goes Baker again. Wow, Baker, he's feeling it too, man. He had a head of steam. What did he have for
breakfast?
No kidding. He looks like he's got wings on his shoes there. They are pretty shoes. Baker with a nice run back, and if he would have broke that line, he would have been off to the races again. First down and 10. Hotchkiss shy of the 35, sends Baker in motion. And he's going to hand off to Davis. Davis cuts back over the middle and picks up 3 or 4 yards. Can he break the 200 mark, it would be the first little benchmark. That's probably not far away. And how much more can he get above 200 yards would be the guess tonight.
Over 200, how about over 300?
I don't know. We'll see. If he tacks on another 80-yarder, that'll get him there in a hurry, won't it?
I wonder what AJ's career high is. I think he's gone over 200 once or twice. I wonder if he's hit 250 or not.
Strong eye, Baker again in motion across the backside. The defense was ready, but nice rollout. Oh, they got Hotchkiss in the backfield. He's going to be spun around and taken down.
Don't try to get rid of it. Just take it and live to fight another day. Sometimes concession is the better part of valor.
Yeah. Perfect anticipation by the defense. They were up on the snap count, and 2 or 3 of them were moving from the linebacker position as the ball was being snapped, so I knew it was going to be some trouble. Just not enough men on the line to block the onslaught of defenders coming. And Hotchkiss did his best to scramble around, but got caught for a 6-yard loss. 3rd and 14 is the result. Game not decided yet, folks. We still have a little work to do. Really a 2-possession game. Low throw.
I didn't think he called that, but he must have just
Robinson
scooped it up before it hit the...
He caught it on those beautiful, wonderful, vibrant shoes of his, shoelaces of his.
Those are gold shoes. He's got to have an arm and guard to get out of here tonight with those gold shoes. Some might say he's worth his weight in gold.
They could. Gold's a pretty heavy metal. Maybe it's precluding him from running faster. Maybe we need some titanium shoes. A little bit of a lighter alloy, as number 17 is going to kick it out of bounds. At least it went a bit of a distance, around the 25.
All right, I got the halftime stats here, Tim. Let's see, A.J. Davis. 6 carries, 160 yards. So he's on pace for over 300 if you can duplicate that. That's probably hard to duplicate, though.
Well, and you know, we were saying that this game is still within reach for Wiregrass, but obviously their quarterback and really key to their offense is out of the ball game, and of course that is, you know, their fabulous, you know, kind of all-around player Fadul, who went down with a leg injury, and
very unfortunate.
Yeah, brought Sessoms in the game, and he's tried valiantly to spread the ball around through the air, but
they have, obviously, with their only touchdown being the kickoff return, the Wiregrass in the first half ran 32 plays and only got 33 yards. They're averaging just slightly a hair over a yard per play. Well, Lakeland, on the other hand, has 18 plays, only 18 plays, but 250 yards thanks to the big first half of A.J. Davis.
Robinson getting worked on with the gold shoes, stretching his legs out there as you see the refs conferring about this penalty. A long meeting. I think they're all finding out what each other is doing for the weekend. It's been a...
So that shirt you're wearing now, I guess, are they selling that downstairs? Or?
Yeah, they were.
Is that the band or just someone who's selling?
No, that was, I can't remember is it Hammer?
The
Team
Hammerbergs,
Hammer?
yeah, Team Hammer.
Down in the south end zone before the game actually went down. I've been promising my daughters all season that I would buy a hoodie, but he kept telling me I'd go down and check. It's not cold enough yet, so he had some finally printed up here as we get to fall. And so I did some shopping, pre-game shopping. He said it was his attempt to bring the country together with all the going-ons this week. I said, well, give me one of those. It's worth $10, right? lot of discussion for a re-kick there. That was not quite as favorable. The last one.
Yeah, they're gonna gain about 7 or 8 yards on the exchange there. The Bulls will.
I think that whole last call was a bunch of bull.
Yeah, no doubt. But dread not, my friend.
I don't
The Lakeland
ever.
defense is large and in charge.
Yes. Led by DeShazer Squared, also known as Mr. Green. Pass! Oh, a shuttle pass, shuffle pass, and
Do you know
dump.
what? Do you know what state that play is nicknamed after?
No.
The Utah pass. Goes back to, at least that was Urban Meyer's terminology. Maybe it's because he coached at Utah, I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but they used to
might
call
be.
it the Utah pass.
That time it was the unsuccessful pass.
Dreadnought defense sniffed that out.
Loss of a yard. Sessoms whistles blow before he was going to fake the handoff and drop back. Five yards backwards for the Bulls. Second and 16, a lot of work to do for them to get back in this, as well as the defense is playing right now. They are firing off, and Sessom's having a time. He's back there, and oh, watch out. He's got to throw it over the middle to nobody. He's going to throw a flag on intentional or unnecessary roughness on the quarterback. Didn't need that.
I mean, could it be intentional grounding? Was there a running back in the melee of offensive linemen? Because if not, there
That's a
should be
good
intentional
question.
grounding possibly as well.
Yeah, it could be in addition, but the flag is definitely back there. He
Yeah.
hit the quarterback who was
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to get the intentional grounding.
unprotected. It's one way to get a first down. Roughing the passer, 15-yard automatic first down.
This referee, he kind of does the motions kind of faster.
That
You
was
notice
sharp,
that? Yeah,
decisive.
He's quick and decisive. He's not going to draw it out. Doesn't really say anything. He just gives you the hand signals.
Where is our friend the dancing ref?
Yeah, he's a Polk County wrestler. Unfortunately, we won't get to encounter him the rest
Never
of the
had
day.
him back. Yeah, this is a crew that's not from Polk County as they do at the playoffs. They
Or from, let's see,
from
Wiregrass
Pinellas?
is in, no, not Pinellas, in Newport, Wesley Chapel. That's Pasco, probably.
Pasco. There you go.
These might be Hillsborough County refs or Pinellas County. Something like that.
New gain. Second in a decade to go. Second and 10. Sessoms, quick drop back, fires over, caught, stepped out of bounds. I don't know why he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Just shy of the, the coach.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Look at
sure the coach is never happy about that.
He's like, why did you step backwards out of bounds? You had 8 yards in front of you to go.
Like he wanted no part of the Dreadnought defense there.
He said, I don't really want to get hit, coach. I don't know if he just lost track of the first down marker or just politely stepped out of bounds. Well, through a series of penalties and a couple completions, they're slowly inching their way here into Dreadnought territory inside the 50. As number 3
Whoa, so
has
much
a
for inching.
huge gap, and he is going to score. Wiregrass right back in it.
They're hanging tough, Tim.
Yeah.
Daquan McGee, the junior tailback, showing the speed as he just took her right in the heart of the Dreadnought defense. There was a hole the size of China there.
Yeah, I don't.
You
You
could've
can't even
driven a
call
Mack
that a hole. I don't even know what that was.
You could have driven a Mack truck through that one.
That was a void. It's like he was out in the tundra by himself. A vast expanse of no man's land is what he found. Number 33 is the backup kicker. Remember, Fadul is the normal kicker, so number 33 gives him a lift and boots it through, and like that, how about that, folks? They're within one score. They could go for a two-pointer and tie it up.
Yeah, Tim, it's kind of like they were kind of lulling us to sleep there. Like you said, a little couple yards here, a few yards there, a little 8-yard pass, and all of a sudden, boom. Just as you were jinxing us, saying, oh, they're just kind of inching along here. The only good thing is, I mean, they used up half the quarter just about.
Lots of time, though, left on the clock. We are just touting our defense as being really strong right now, and then they let one go there. Someone just missed something. I don't know what happened. Looked like the whole left side of the field just collapsed and purposely got led off in a different direction, and the ball carrier had an easy time. We got a game. 22-14. We got 22 in kind of a weird way. We started off with a safety in this game. Oh, I don't know if that's intentional. That might have been an intentional onside pooch thingy.
Yeah.
Like not kicking it low.
I started to say the Lakeland guys picked it up because it was about to go to bounds, but I think it only been about a 1-yard difference because I think they spot that at the 35 down there at the 40. As it turns out, we're going to have the ball at about the 34-yard line. It's a pretty good field position for the Dreadnoughts.
I don't know if that was just a bad kick with the backup kicker or that was an intentional attempt to get the ball back. The ref just wound up and said, "First down, Knots."
Let's see if what the Dreadnought response would be to that touchdown drive by the Bulls.
I would say an answer would be timely right now. 7:51 in the third quarter. Lots of time to play. Willie Baker set outside here. Davis gets the ball, and they're trying to strip him. They're holding him up and trying to pull that ball out, as they should. Unsuccessfully that time, 3 yards. Good-looking unis there tonight for the Knots. I love the little camo accent on this Veterans Day with the traditional black and orange. Quick pass out to, ouch. The zipper just laid a lick on number 23, the cornerback. Kept motoring to the first down, and just shy of the 50 he goes.
I think they're focusing so much on Davis that there's definitely some passes to be had here in the second half.
I agree. Robinson and Baker, the sole wide receivers, out to the far side. Got to hurry up. Setson. Handoff. Davis makes a sidestep, and number 19 had a nice tackle getting in the backfield. Ryan Scamardo.
You don't see AJ get dropped for a loss very often at all, but great tackle there by Ryan Scamardo for the Bulls. Versatile player as he plays linebacker and strong safety, son.
Biggest loss for Davis on the night, 4-yard loss. 2nd down and 14. Backs us up to the 43. Protection broke down. I was just about to say there's a man being freed up, but Hotchkiss.
We're going the wrong direction again, Tim.
Yeah, we are. We've done this a few times tonight on offense. Boy, there was just a bull rush, and our guys handled kind of the first hit or wave, but it was so hard coming that it knocked our offensive line back. The defense just kept marching on and straight up the middle to Hotchkiss. And
3rd and long here. Might see a draw
3rd and
play
24.
to AJ as they're in the pistol formation here.
It's like you don't want to get too cute here now, just down potentially 1 score. Momentum definitely shifting here to Wiregrass a little bit. Hotchkiss launches one over the head of Robinson, nearly picked off. Minor.
That was kind of a rocket there. He didn't really, on those deep balls, you got to give your receiver a chance to kind of run underneath it.
Yeah, he really.
That was kind of a rocket there.
Nowhere for Robinson to adjust, really. It was just kind of quick. Uh-oh, Raggy.
So, barring a muff punt or something here, the Bulls are going to get the ball back down 1 possession, 8-point lead, 22-14. The Dreadnoughts had their 15-point lead cut roughly in half as the Bulls had a long touchdown run a while ago in a drive before this by Daquan McGee, their first offensive score of the game.
Return man around the 35, low snap, end over end. He's going to get it on the fly, which normally would be good and give you opportunity, but Minor was tackled by number 24 for the Knots. Good play by McNair to get down and prevent any run back. You know, when it gets to the runner so quickly, a lot of times they all have time to set their feet and pick a path and go, but McNair did a good job of getting down there.
A little bit late here in the 3rd quarter. It's under 5 minutes, 4:52 to go in the 3rd frame. Lakeland 22, Wiregrass 14. The game brought to you tonight by John Goddard Produce. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back with you.
200 Hondas must go during the Honda Summer Clearance Event at Regal Honda. Lease a new 2016 Accord, only $179 a month. Family owned, serving Central Florida for 40 years. Trust Regal Honda Lakeland.
Sal says yes, you pay less.
Huddling up here, the offense, Coach Castle talking to the team, offense and defense out there, just saying, okay, guys, let's do our respectable jobs on each side of the ball here. This one's not over by a long shot. Sessum's doing an admirable job filling in for direct snap again. Well, he somehow, number 3, got through the initial defensive line attack, McGee, on a 3-yard carry. Oh, one sock doing a good job out there at quarterback.
I think a prevailing thought was when Fadul went down that the Bulls were going to kind of be hurting on offense, but as you said, Sessum's a young sophomore. He's coming and done an excellent job for the Bulls and kept them in the game.
Number 4 is out here, man-to-man coverages. Sessoms looks to set up the screenplay, but that was slow in developing, and the defense had broken it apart.
Well, it was slow in developing, and also the offensive lineman was right like 2 inches in front of the running back who was supposed to catch the ball.
Yeah, it's not how it's supposed to look there.
Not exactly great execution.
Third and long conversion attempt now coming up for the Bulls. Anything more than 5 yards would be considered a long 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 7. Sessoms. 3-step drop. Oh, getting pressure. Nice job of rolling out.
Oh, wow,
He's got lots of room.
spin move
He
there.
throws it. I'm not sure. He should have just ran that ball. Nice job of number 11 coverage. Jacoby Joyner all over it.
Number 9, the receiver for the Bulls, A.J. Brown. He had to make one guy miss. If he would have been able to spin out that tackle, he could have probably ran for a long time, maybe even a first down. But Joyner was having none of that. Great tackle, as you said, by their senior cornerback. So now it's 4th and 7 for the Bulls at their own 38-yard line. Imagine a punt, but then once again, who punts with Fadul out of the game? So maybe they'll be forced to go for it here.
There was only 3 players within 30 yards of that play. There was the quarterback, the receiver, and Joyner from the Dreadnoughts. And I think Sessoms actually made a mistake of throwing the ball. I think he could have just run, hopefully used this player as a pick to block, and he could have easily picked up the first down with his legs.
I think he heard a bunch of pitter-pats right behind him. I think he was ready to get rid of the ball.
I think he thought they were closer, but he actually was about 7-8 yards clear of the pack.
I think he was ready to get rid of the ball.
Just crazy yell, kill that punter. Oh, he got it away.
Oh, that's a decent pump for the backup kicker.
Not horrible. Takes a little bit of a sideways Bulls bounce down there. 32, 33-yard line. Did his job. Number 33 for the Bulls comes in relief of Fadul. Now the Knott's offense has to do something here with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They've been stunted. Not entirely by the defense, but in combination with the refs and the penalty flags and the miscues of their own. Hotchkiss, quick pass, caught. Number 13 should get some, oh, nice job getting to the outside. Look at him go. That's a good run.
Quan Devine showing you his wheels and his shifty moves.
I like that pass. Get it in his hands quickly. Had a little bit of room to work in the middle of the field and made some stuff happen.
You got this straight speed with James and Willie, and then DeQuan comes in and gives you the shiftiness.
Yeah, I like those plays. Just no fancy stuff. You go out, you do a quick 6-yard button hook, fire it right away, plant your feet, and then turn around and get some yards. Those are tough to defend as well. A little bit of a break in the action, a timeout here.
Love hearing that Lakeland band play, Tim. Well, actually, that's the Wiregrass band over there. They're playing right now. The Lakeland band's actually getting their break right now. On most Friday nights, the Lakeland band devours about, I think, 50 pizzas from Hungry Howie's during the third quarter after they do their performance.
Hotchkiss tucks in under his center. Steps back, hands off to Davis. Davis cut back.
Oh,
in the
nice
middle.
move.
40. Davis in the open field, picking up some more yards. He's going to beat number 19. Touchdown, A.J. Davis. Shazam.
51-yard touchdown run by A.J. Davis. That's going to put him over 200 yards for the night, Tim Conti. You're the man, A.J. You're the man. Showing you can catch the ball there, too.
He just completely set up that defender at the 45-yard line. Did you?
Yeah,
you saw it too.
I said it something. Yeah.
He almost like leans in, like you're going to get me, and then he takes this amazing sidestep, and then he's just gone. He separates himself.
Great body control.
Yeah, it's really good body control. Yeah, it was.
You know
ugly.
what reminds me
way.
of? Doing a cross-sport comparison here is back in the day in basketball, Magic Johnson. He wasn't the fastest, obviously, point guard because he's 6'9", but he would do these shoulder fakes and the hesitation moves. And that was kind of
a skill. It really is.
Yeah, that's kind of what that
back.
was. That was kind of a little hesitation / little shoulder fake, and totally faked the Wiregrass defender out of his.
Chris Rainey was obviously talented and pretty quick, but he used to do that so well too. He used to make someone think he was going in a direction, and then he knew in his mind already he was going to get cut back in the other way.
Of course, Chris did that at breakneck speed.
Yeah.
AJ does a little bit more controlled, and then once he got by that guy, then he put the afterburners on. But no bun will ever be as quick and shifty and fast as Rainey was. Just amazing. But AJ, in a lot of, is just as good in a lot of ways. Actually, better. But they're both excellent.
Mm-hmm. A little bit different
highlight.
styles.
Oh yeah, totally different styles. But
still an awareness, like you said, a body control that you can see in both of them, and
highlight
good runners.
were the reels for both of them. No doubt.
A lot of true running backs have the same attributes. That they may carry it a little different because their body style or their speed's a little bit different, but they have a lot of the same.
Of course, AJ is a little bit bigger than Chris.
A little bit of indecisiveness on the special teams for the Knots. I think they're set now. They had too many players.
Big answer there by the Lakeland, getting it back up to a 15-point lead. A little bit safer there, about the 2-possession game.
Oh, wow. Michael just gave us an update on the Hillsboro game. Lake Gibson 14-13. Hillsboro 14, Lake Gibson.
Yeah, he's down. That's his knee was on the ground, so they're going to have the ball at their own 23-yard line to start the drive.
Yeah, Plants again taking that way into the stratosphere, 59-0 against Winter Haven. Obviously, they got a good defense as well, but Lake Gibson, if you heard that, they're trailing by 1 point to Hillsboro here on just a missed extra point.
It's a tight ball game there.
Yeah, it's a close one. Armwood's up on Auburndale. You say 34-7? Is that it? 34-7. Armwood is a perennial power as well over there as you pass them on I-4 going to Tampa.
Several Polk County schools will be losing tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully Lakeland will not be one of them, as they're at 15 here.
Is it 7 Polk County schools in action tonight, I think, in the playoffs? And
6 or 7, I think.
Several in trouble here. Well, nice hit. Look at that, jarring.
Wow.
That was a good shot.
Ja'Coria Smith with the tackle there.
Smith just textbook plowing through helmet to chest and laid out the runner. Short gain of a yard. That runner probably thinking that was not worth the yard that I just got taking that hit. Number 10, the backup quarterback, still fighting here with under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Sessoms fakes handoff, rolls out, getting pressure. He's going to have to throw it. Oh, that ball's a jump ball. Jump ball. Caught. 21.
Robert
Madden. Touchdown. There's a flag on the play. And there's a player down at the 30-yard line. Let's see what happens. You knew that was going to be ugly as soon as he let that ball go. Sessoms, the backup quarterback, there's another late flag that just got thrown.
You see Robert Madden, the junior there, with a pick 6, if it stands, as there is a flag on the play. I think that, I don't know, obviously the Lakeland player got taken out there.
All kinds of flags. One back here where the hit was, one down near the end zone, and one just thrown late on the sideline. I think the score's going to stay, but we may have to tack on some penalty yards on the kickoff. I kind of wish we had replay. I'd like to see how that ball got in the hands of Madden. It just bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, I think the
the coaches just
threw the flag. He threw a flag on the rough.
He throws it back at him. Oh my!
Personal foul against Lakeland. The question was that after the play or during the run back? Let's see.
He's talking to Coach Castle right now.
So I think that's gonna. Okay, so the touchdown's not gonna count. And the question now is gonna be, I think, is the interception even count? I think it's probably during the run back maybe. So maybe the interception will count. Maybe Lakeland had the ball. Let's see.
I think the ref's feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We're glad to see Robert get an interception because earlier this year he dropped a pretty easy interception. Remember that in a game earlier this season. So good for him getting an interception. I believe the first of his career, if I'm not mistaken.
They're taking pictures with the ref. That's funny. Oh, my. All the players just did a pose behind the ref that called the flag on them.
And they called a sideline warning against Lakeland, too. Yeah, so that's what's going to
Lakeland
happen.
ball, I'm guessing.
So the interception stands for Robert Madden, but the touchdown is taken off the board due to the personal foul. And so Lakeland will have the ball at the Bulls' 31-yard line. So great field position, up 29-14.
Well, that was fun. Watch for Robinson out man-to-man. Lots of room out there to work with. High formation. Hotchkiss, now he's going to come right to Davis. Short side of the field, and Davis is going to be hit. And dumped on the Lakeland sideline. It was not the late hit, really. The pile was just still moving.
Things are starting to get a little bit chippy here.
The Bulls getting chippy would be a cow chip.
I know you're just trying too hard.
That was bad. I don't even know where that one came from. 2nd and 11. There we go. Nice quick pass again to the 25.
Is that Divine again, I think?
Yep. Just other side of the field.
I got a question, Tim. If DeQuan called it Hail Mary, would you call it divine intervention?
Maybe.
I'm just setting you up in case that happens.
That was good.
I'm giving
Thank
you a
you.
good
I
line.
appreciate that. 3rd down and conversion, under a minute to play, and they give it to the big man. Allen, who rumbles forward, and that little effort there, I think, got the first down. Just inside the red zone, 20.
Some of these public service announcements.
Go ahead, go
whatever
for it.
they're called. Tonight's game in the 2016 FHSAA Class 7A Football Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly, equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. And that's the end of your 3rd quarter, Tim Conti. The score is still at, I should say the margin is still at 15 points as each team scored a touchdown in the 3rd quarter on roughly a 50-yard run by their tailbacks. So Lakeland 29, Wiregrass 14. We'll take a short commercial break and be back with you with the 4th and final quarter of tonight's ballgame.
During the summer sell down at Regal Chevy, find your tag and get up to 16% cash back on select new 2016 Chevys. And you'll receive a 50-inch smart TV or laptop with every purchase.
Sal says yes, you pay less.
All right, as you were reading that, I don't think the democratic process in the FHSAA was working, so let's all protest.
Yes, let's protest.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, students at some of our Ivy League schools, Tim, you could have like a cry-in or,
Yeah.
you know, not take a test.
Something. All right.
It's too emotional.
Wah, wah, wah. All right. Allen. Couple yards right side.
It's part of the great thing about living in America, though.
That's right.
Your freedom
You
of
can do
speech
that
and
as
freedom
long
of
as-
expression. And
As long as it's peaceful, you're allowed to do that.
unfortunately, some of their protests became riots.
As
but
misguided as it might be, you
yeah,
can
so
do it.
unfortunately, like in Portland, a lot of the damage was done and stuff. But hopefully, there'll be no more of that. Just
Nice
peaceful protests.
pitch
are great.
play, giving Davis some space. Davis, whoa, gets hit hard at the 3. Had a couple
Going.
players just trying to decide which way he was going to go there and just kind of leapt over one of the
AJ
players.
was going for his 3rd touchdown of the night, not quite going to get it.
But first down. Branson Brown checks in. Hasn't played much on offense tonight. Power left side. Allen, Davis. Allen, quick handoff. Moving the pile, moving the pile. Yeesh, it's going to be close.
Going to be just short, so I have a 2nd and goal coming up.
Play game's 3 yards. Brings up 2nd down and goal from inside the 1.
2nd and a few inches to go. Getting some discussion over there coming through. Any comments from the Dreadnought faithful?
Not too much.
Not too much
a little
tonight.
bit,
A little quiet tonight.
From our our resident expert on the Tennessee Mountains, Keith Cornea. Just a comment that it seemed like the refs are trying to keep them in the game with some of these penalties.
Quarterback keeper and cannon ensues. Touchdown Knots. Holden Hotchkiss. Of course, we did not pose any mind-blowing questions tonight to the
That is true.
audience.
Oh,
so-
there's a flag on the play. Speaking of penalties. Good job there by Holden. Let's see if the touchdown will hold or not. Of course, Mr. Hotchkiss heading to North Dakota State, the Division 1AA Power. So that's going to be on the Bulls.
Penalty was a personal foul face mask against the Bulls. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So we'll go ahead and kick the extra point, or attempt to kick it.
There you go. That looked good. 36 to 14. Looks like we're setting up an old Plant Dreadnought confrontation here next week.
A rematch of last year's regional semifinal game, a game at Lakeland won. If I remember correctly, that was kind of a hard-fought game. I think Lakeland ended winning by, what, 10 or 14 or something, about a hard-fought game. I think it was relatively low scoring, too, kind of a tough, well-played game. There's Sid Kimbrell, longtime Lakeland athletic director and current president of the Booster Club. And
Another playoff action, final score, Plant 59, Winter Haven 6.
Getting to enjoy the game a little bit. Sometimes he's worked so hard, and you know, we have so many fans again and family members that are part of it, and there's not any bigger family a part of the broadcast and the help than the Nichols family. So we'd like to personally say a hello to Lisa Nichols. Lisa, we love you, and hope you're enjoying the game tonight.
And Mike as well.
Mike, yeah, he's okay. He's all right too. He's okay.
Lisa is the better.
Lisa's
Mike's
the better half. No question about that.
And,
He'll tell you that too. Oh, great family. We love them a lot. Not cheerleaders
Lakeland with their
celebrating.
biggest lead of the night now, Tim, at 22 points, 36-14. 10-20 to go in this ball game. brought to you by John Goddard.
So an easy
tonight.
kick for Mackenzie McDonald. It hits the back of the end zone on the penalty yards being assessed on the kickoff. You wonder if that's one of the ones, of course, being up, it doesn't really matter, 36-14, but if it's a closer ball game, do you squib that one and maybe try to onside kick, give him the penalty yards?
Perhaps.
I mean, not much difference really, right? It's out to the 20. If you squib one and even miss an onside, maybe you give him 10 to 12 yards more. Just a thought. So defense comes back out to hopefully keep this one under control. Oh, that was a pass that number 15 for the Knots had a shot at. Damari Mathis was breaking on the ball and could have cut in front of that one, and there was no one in front of him.
Of course, Damari Mathis is committed to go to South Carolina, play for Coach Muschamp. Of course, they're in Gainesville. Coach Muschamp's return to Gainesville. I'm curious to know if Damari is heading up to Gainesville tomorrow to watch the game. I won't be surprised if he is.
Second 10. Nice throw by Sessions, getting it out in the flat quickly. Number 21 making some moves on the cornerbacks and picked up and body slammed.
Tackle by Jack Smith. Play game's 5 yards.
MMA move there.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Third and 5. Nice fake. Sessions now setting up a long pass. Goes deep. Has a man. Getting all tangled up. Flag on the play. Defensive pass interference, I believe, will be the call.
Honestly, to me, Tim, if anything, is offensive pass interference.
It did, but that's not what they're going to.
Contact was created by their wide receiver there.
That's not what they're going to call, though.
That's a dubious call at best there.
They were both just running down the sidelines and tripped.
Yeah, it should be no call.
Penalty is pass interference against the Dreadnoughts. Results in a full
Yep.
first down.
Yep.
Questionable at best, my friend. Tim, Bright House Sports Network, the official home and television partner of the FHSAA. It's your official home for high school sports. For expanded coverage of high school athletics and highlights from your favorite team, go to bhsn.com.
Whoops. Sessions threw that one behind.
Okay, now that's what you call
A.J.
the
Brown.
receiver and the quarterback not being on the same page, or perhaps even the same book. As the receiver broke inside, and Sessions was throwing as if he was going to break outside. Look at it looks like, look at his feet. It looks like Sessions has on like running shoes.
I know.
I don't think those are cleats. Are they? Maybe they're, but they definitely look like running shoes. Look how skinny his legs look.
I know, they're like orthopedic shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Old one sock Sessions throws it out to number 21. Ooh, nice hit.
Damari's had a lot of nice tackles on that for Jonas. He's really wrapped up well tonight.
Play game's 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Big 2-yard gain, 3rd and 8. Defense not giving them much at all.
Big play here for Coach Boldini's defense. Trying to get the ball back for the offense as we're down to under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Drop, long pass coming. Out of bounds.
That was
by
caught,
a
right?
Knot.
But
Yeah.
out of bounds.
That was not going to be inbounds for anybody.
Jeconiah Jones, senior defensive back.
There you go,
Nice catch,
Mr. Jones.
goes out of bounds.
Brings up 4th down and 8.
The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with the teams and the people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA.
Very active group. Sidewinder kick. Oh, I think, oops, Robinson was sleeping over there. He's, I don't know what he's doing.
After he
That was very odd.
had some issues with fielding punts against Kathleen, I'm not sure why he's fielding that. He started, so he almost dropped it again. I
Dropped
can't
it, picked it up.
imagine Coach Castle's very thrilled about that.
Seems insignificant now, right? But you get in a tight game against Plant or something, you can't be doing that.
Can't be muffin punts next week.
No.
That's
They
for
will
sure.
make you pay.
Yes, they will.
Quick handoff. Oh, BB, Branson Brown.
Tackled by Dylan Bryan. Play gains 3 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Number 24, who was one of their runners early on in the game, was making a little bit of an impact, is Gimpy getting off the field.
Probably get a steady dose to AJ here in this drive, Tim.
Yep. 2nd and 7. Oh, Davis gets a late handoff. They're already in the backfield. Not much there for Davis to work with. 3rd and 7.
Kind of been feast or famine tonight. AJ's had about 3 big runs, and he's also been tackled, several times, or at least a few times behind the line of scrimmage, which you don't see very often.
Play lost 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Bulls still playing hard. This game has crept out of reach for them, but still fighting here. Spin rollout move. Hotchkiss is planting his feet, launching one downfield. It's man-to-man, bounces off both players, and
Holden Hotchkiss' pass is incomplete.
Jakari West.
it got there. Jakari had a shot at it. Defender was in good position, though.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, well, that was a tough play there, or throw for Hotchkiss to make, because he was under a little duress there. Had to step up in the pocket. But solidly underthrown if you'd been able to lead him. Although it was good coverage, Weston might have been able to put some distance between himself and the defender.
Dreadnoughts will punt away. Whoa, low snap, but no one coming. Plenty of time. Watch out. Ooh, nearly hit number 21.
Line drive there, not a lot of hang time on that punt.
McKenzie McDonald's punt is down to the 34-yard line.
Not his best
Bulls
effort.
Take over. 1st down and 10. Officials sign timeout to the fourth quarter water break. FHSAA encourages the more than 260
Fourth quarter water break.
participating in interscholastic athletics
They should be very well hydrated after this.
to achieve their goals with hard work,
The fourth one of the night.
and dedication. The use of steroids, dietary supplements, and other
You're at home and you have about a minute here. You can go to the fridge and get your
hard work.
beverage of choice.
Another playoff action with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lake Gibson 21, Hillsboro 14.
Ooh.
So Lake Gibson's come
Yeah.
back and has a touchdown lead over at Hillsboro on the closing minutes of the game.
Must have scored and picked up a 2-point conversion because they
Yeah.
had missed an extra point.
Yep.
So they
Good job there by Lake Gibson.
scored it away at. They've been getting better as the season's gone along. Up a touchdown. Be good to see them win. We always root for other Polk County teams in the playoffs. No question.
Absolutely.
Sessoms, hands off. Number 3 gets a good 4 or 5 yards.
It's actually starting to get pretty cold up here too.
Yeah, it is. Glad I kind of got the sleeves working.
I know,
Feels
yeah.
good.
I did not bring a jacket or any long sleeves at all.
Second down and 5.
Should be a beautiful weekend to get outside. Very little chance of rain. They're just kind of content on winding things out, I think, here, Jeff. They're just going on the ground.
Yeah, I was
and
about to say, I wonder why they're not trying to pass the ball, but obviously they're back at quarterback in. They are kind of going with their rather conservative approach right now. All right, so Tim, what do you think for the interview tonight for the players? I'm thinking maybe a dual interview with AJ Davis and Willie Baker. What do you think?
yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'd like to get Willie in there. I'd like
Talk
to
about
hear.
the big. We'll talk about the big plays, the
Mhm.
back-to-back big plays there.
I think that works.
Back-to-back, I should say.
Yeah.
Of course, AJ and Willie sandwiching the Bulls' first touchdown.
3rd and 3. Well, number 3 stayed on his feet and got a first
Oh,
down a
here's
lot
another
more.
big play.
He's got a ton of room, and I don't know if our cornerback's going to get him. He's got an angle, and he hits him and drops him at the 1.
Is that Joyner, I think? Yeah, Jacoby Joyner.
That's funny.
Kind of wrestle him to the ground there. Well, sometimes the conservative approach can yield big results.
It's kind of like he just got lost again at the line and just came to the
Kind of
side.
like
and no one was there.
a high-performing mutual fund, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You with the financial references.
Trying to give you some good ideas, man.
Thanks. Oh.
They stood him up and maybe broke his back in the
Bent him
process.
back.
Wow.
Good grief. That was the.
It's about
runner that-
3 or 4 dreadnoughts to combine to make that tackle. See the Aquarius Longs in the mix, Jaquarius Smith.
It's like you've gone 50 yards. Now you
Alex
get
Edward also
to be broken in half. That wasn't much of a thank you. Can they punch it in? 2nd down and 1. Number 3 again. Spins back. I think. Oh, no. I was going to say.
I thought he had it, but once again.
Inches.
There was a brick wall there at the goal line.
How many ways can number 3 be bent? He's already hit 3 yoga positions in the last 2 plays. Can he get it in? The quarterback tries to get. Oh, yeah, I don't think so. He got racked right at
He
the.
went sideways and slightly backwards. 4th and goal, you got to go for it. No reason
Sure.
to kick. So point. So Do they dare maybe do something a little bit more creative, like a outside run or maybe a little play action fake? Bringing in some size there. Their heavy package, perhaps.
Little drama here with 2:45. Quarterback. Hands off. Oh, easy.
Oh, wow.
That's the real.
No creativity.
Everyone dove. Look at where the pile is. They're all in the middle thinking that's the gamble, right? You got to take
a huge hole again. A huge hole. Chase Oliver, the big running back, 5'9", 220-pounder, gets the easy touchdown.
180 of those pounds are in his legs.
Yeah, tree trunks.
90 pounds per leg. Good for them.
The question, or the challenge for Plant would be not to become overconfident based off there.
Yeah, number 30.
59 point
33. Oh, Sessoms had a bad snap, and he's going to throw it to nobody.
Winter Haven tonight. So that one, that extra point, no good. So 36-20 now is the score, with 2:33 to go in this ball game. So Lakeland is 2.5 minutes essentially away from advancing to the regional semifinal, when they will be playing at Plant High School next Friday night.
Have to stay tuned, folks. We'll try to keep you informed of throughout the week whether you'll see. I'm sure if Bright House is going to pick it up as their game of the week. If that is the case, we will not be doing a webcast.
If they don't pick it up, still not guaranteed we'll be able to do it, but
Yeah,
certainly
that's a good
we'll see what we
They'll
can do.
do their best shot, and at the very least, I'm guessing we'll do some kind of watch Twitter. They'll be letting you know what's going on there.
Yep.
That's probably what I'll be checking out next week.
You're in North Carolina, huh?
Yes. A little fishing and a little hunting.
They do one of their crazy torpedo kicks again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a
Onside
more
kick.
traditional onside kick. And it did not work as Lakeland fielded it successfully.
Flag.
Good morning, Matthews. He's had a nice game tonight. Very nice.
The onside kick is recovered by Damari Mathis.
Somebody offsides, maybe.
So I'll be going down to do the interview. So Tim, you'll get the privilege of giving out the Player of the Game awards by yourself tonight. I think some of those awards are pretty easy tonight.
I think so. Old re-kick. Hey, band, you didn't play horse down there. Let's get rolling. We got 2.5 minutes left. Now they're going to just kind of do a weird kick into no man's land. Davis is going to have it. He's going to reverse field and get a block. Can he get to the outside? He throws it off to Robinson. This is going to go nowhere. And then I say that. And then he's patiently just picking his way through. Get going, Robinson. He's on the move. Still on his feet. Are you kidding me? Down to the 5-yard line. Wow.
Another great kickoff return to add to what we've already seen tonight.
Injured player down for the Bulls at the 23. The 30-yard line, rather, number 23. That was something, Davis. Potentially a preview of the players of the game, maybe, to Robinson.
If you had an all-around player of the game, maybe Robinson had a pick, had a kickoff, long kickoff, and touchdown offense. I don't know that he could. I don't know if he would outshine other people for just any one category, but it's an all-around one. Jack of all trades award. Can't go wrong with James.
Hey, it's our show. We can make up the awards if we want to.
Or should we call it the James of all trade award? I wonder how Jack got that name, like the Jack of all trades. How did that happen?
Not sure. When and
there
where?
must have been a guy named Jack at some point who was real versatile or something. Many moons ago.
I don't believe you, Michael Barrett.
I think Michael's just making stuff up.
It's possible. I have to Google it when I get home now. I'm intrigued. If you're at home and you want to tweet us before the game's over and how the Jack of all trades name or phrase got tagged, the history behind that.
Play gain a yard, brings up 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line.
2nd down and 8. Knott's trying to wrap this thing up in style. This little points, I don't think that's going to be a big goal of theirs, but I think we'll just see some runs as Davis, up the middle, but that's an easy one.
His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Number 3.
He's going to be the player of the week for the Ledger or whatever it should be, at least the top 10. They still have that, I think, on Thursdays.
That's a lot of yards. Really? Okay. You were close. Michael Barrett just kind of looked it up and said, Jack of all trades is from old days when a laborer on a ship would probably do multiple duties. He would be called upon to do various things on the ship.
Also tied to a lumberjack as well. Lakeland up by 23 now, their biggest lead of the ball game, 43-20 with a minute 15 to go in this regional quarterfinal football game.
Michael, I can sleep at night now that you gave me the background of that. I was all in a tizzy.
Once again, want to thank Goddard Produce one more time for sponsoring our game, making this game possible
Goddard
for
Produce,
us tonight.
stepping up.
And I'm going to head on down to the field, get ready for the interviews.
Go for it, my friend.
It's been a pleasure with my partner.
Yeah, enjoy
my friend
it.
Tim Conti.
Maybe see you next week on camera. If not, we'll talk soon. Yeah, hopefully we're together in 2 weeks. That's what we'll say a little prayer for.
There will be a booster club meeting Monday night, November 14th.
There's Davis doing a little jig down there. Yeah, just another mention of with this win, there will be a booster club meeting. All Dreadnought fans are invited. Really, all are welcome. Monday night, November 14th at 7:30 p.m. right there on the Lakeland High School campus in the LHS film room, which is just the locker room there in the back building. Good opportunity to listen in on some things you don't hear us talk about and get some inside info on how the coaches make decisions and how they particularly are going to prepare for this big plant game coming up. It is a big game. 43-20 is your score with a minute 15 remaining in this ball game. Dreadnoughts will move on to the regional semifinal in the FHSAA playoffs. We've seen Minor come up with, and Wiregrass coming up with some big plays of their own. Not a shortage of big plays here in this one. It's been fun. As Jeff is going to make his way down to the field. That's why we live in Florida. Some good high school football on a cool fall Friday night, but not too cold. Just perfect. Sessoms hands off. Big number 24. As he cut, he looks like he was limping on that. He had the injury earlier, and he did. As he cut back, he hurt that right foot again. Got a final for you here in Polk County. It's good to know that there'll be another Polk County team advancing. Lake Gibson with a 21-14 victory over Hillsboro tonight, so they will move on. Nice little come from behind win. They had missed an extra point and somehow got the last go-ahead touchdown with a 2-point conversion, and that's all they needed. As here, Dreadnoughts will advance as well. Whoopsie! Number 45 tackled the intended receiver before the ball got there. That's all right. A little excitement. He knows what he did. That's kind of funny. Little Justin Hendricks, the senior defensive back, second teamer, getting in on some action. Well, look at that. Little old Winter Haven got off the schneid and scored. 59-6 is your final score. Plant over Winter Haven. That'll end the Blue Devil season tonight. After a good team, good squad, very admirable year. I'm sure they would have liked to have made that one a little closer. Probably not indicative of how they've played throughout their season, but just maybe hard to tell without seeing it. One of those games where we know Plant's talented, so if they got a couple breaks, I'm sure they exposed every little opportunity and weakness that Winter Haven gave forth. So under 30 seconds now as they're going to launch one long. Ooh, they have a man open. They overthrew number 11, who beat the defenders. Devon Roberts had 3 steps on 2 of our cornerbacks, just overthrown.
Grant Sessom's pass is incomplete. Intended for Devon Roberts. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Auburndale falls to Armwood 41-20. So Armwood, unfortunately, Auburndale did not advance. So another Polk County team that did not move forward. Thus far, the only confirmation is the Knots and Lake Gibson out of the 6 or 7 Polk County teams that were in action tonight. Sessoms, with one of the last plays of the game, has lots of time and room. Good toss, but number 11 had already moved out of bounds by the time the ball got there. Last score we have of the night, Ridge got beat 42-28. So Ridge Community, they're a team you may be familiar with, out of the playoffs as well here, Polk County tonight. That was Vero Beach maybe that laid the whooping. 43-20 is your score here. So Sessoms, owie, gabowie. That will end it on a ferocious defensive play. That will do it here at Bryant Stadium as time expires now. This one's officially in the history books. Some fireworks to cap things off here in the north end zone on a successful Veterans Day. Oh, there's a nice little smoke ring there. Dreadnoughts victorious, 43-20 is your final score. On a night of good action and big plays. Traditionally, as they always do, shaking hands at midfield. Welcome everyone up here in the press box with me, Tim Conti, rounding things out for you here at the Live Fest. The Agnini Family Dental post-game show is always good when we're in the win column. As again, some more fireworks going off in the north end zone behind me as Jeff has scampered down to get an interview. He's going to try to double up maybe and get an interview with A.J. Davis and Willie Baker, who I think have both made certainly statements for the player of the games tonight. And Jeff kind of gave me the honors, and no surprise, as Jeff said, probably going to be the Polk County player of the game. You just have to give it to him on an outstanding performance like that. So A.J. Davis I'm going to call as the offensive player of the game, no question about it. He was something special tonight with well over 200 yards and 3 big plays, 3 touchdowns. And just a joy to watch. A.J. Davis gets the offensive player of the game. And on defense, I think Robert Madden, the 11th grader, had a tremendous all-around effort tonight. Robert had to kind of step in and fill some shoes for Spates in the middle of the field in the linebacking core. I think he held the defense together well, had a couple big plays of his own, played special teams really hard. So A.J. Davis is your offensive player of the game, and Robert Madden is your defensive player of the game for the call tonight. And as Jeff said, I was kind of thinking the same thing, and I don't think recognize old Gold Shoes tonight. Robinson, who did well on defense as well as offense, and a couple great run backs, as you just saw one there in the latter part of the game, and a touchdown catch. Just, again, a pleasure to watch him tonight. And we're going to need all that firepower next week against Plant. But I'm going to give kind of the all-around special teams player to Robinson. As you can see, the team listening to Coach Castle rounding out the first playoff game in the win column for the Knots. And they will, in fact, advance against a very, very tough Plant team at Plant next week. Haven't had a lot of experience traveling, and the Knots are going to have to be ready and firing on all cylinders as they are going to take a brief time out just to say a little thanks, and being led by their leaders. That's a beautiful thing to watch right there. As we continue on the Agnini Family Dental post-game show, Coach Castle gets to talk to his team who gets the win tonight here at Bryant Stadium. And we'll just have momentarily, after they break up, Jeff will round out a few of the players and get them over on camera. He'll only have to step up on a foot step stool this time, so he won't need quite the full bench as he did earlier with the interview. But Jeff's always a good partner up here in the press box. As again, I'd like to thank you, Michael, and all your team for setting up and doing all that you do week in and week out here as we, of course, approach the end of the 2016 campaign. You never know what next week might bring, so it's an opportunity just to thank all our sponsors who have been with us all season long. You've seen them throughout obviously the intermissions and the timeouts, and we wouldn't be here if it weren't for them stepping up. And you know, we realize from a business perspective, we certainly hope that you will try to do business with those that support the Knots. But by and large, it may not be, fiscally a big win for them as far as business goes, but they do it because they're generous, because they believe in, what the Knots program is, and they like to be a part of the family. So we do truly thank all of them. And again, Agnini Family Dental, the great sponsor for the pregame and postgame shows as well. And Harry's, of course, Seafood, who's been a great sponsor of the halftime. All those press box sponsors have stepped up and brought food tonight. Or not just tonight, but Glory Days was the great restaurant that it was really good too. I truly enjoyed it. So we thank Glory Days as well for being the press box sponsor and all the press box sponsors throughout the season. Celebration ensues there in the north end zone as we round this one out, continue the Agnini Family Dental post-game show. And we also like to thank again the John Goddard Produce for stepping up tonight and being the game sponsor. And so we'll again we're all on kind of pause to see what happens next week with the broadcast. Good chance that Bright House will pick that game up. And if that's the case, then we'll not be traveling over. But, keep watching Twitter and LakelandFootball.com and Michael news on what's happening next week for those of you that enjoy watching the Knots. Okay. You can, Mike just said, you can see right there, you can sign up for email. You put your email address down there or a link loaded into visiting LakelandFootball.com. You can sign up, putting your email address, and you'll get updates on what's happening throughout the week. And Michael Barrett will make sure that you get information on how the game is going to be brought to you so that one way or another you can keep track of what your Knots will be doing next Friday if you can't make the game. It'd be great to have a great turnout there over in Plant and not just have one side full. So if you can certainly make the trip, we'd encourage you to go cheer live for the Knots, but we certainly understand that many of you can't. And again, a final kind of thank you to all our veterans here on a special Veterans Day edition of Friday Night Live. And with that, Jeff Goddard is ready for an interview. Jeff, you take it away, my friend.
All right, Jeff Goddard down here on the field with two of the stars of the game, A.J. Davis, Under Armour All-American, and Willie Baker. A.J., we'll start with you. 14 carries, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns. Talk about your big performance tonight.
We've been working all day in practice all week, playing hard, running hard, so I came out and showed it Friday.
Let's go back to that first touchdown run, 80 yards. It looked like you broke a tackle and then cut it outside and you were gone down the left sideline. Talk about that play.
The play before, me and my linemen was talking about opening up the hole. So I made that cut. I saw the hole and hit it hard and scored for 6 with Willie Baker. Good block at the end.
What's it like knowing you got your wide receivers down there blocking for you so you can finish off the run?
That means a lot. We work on that all day in practice. Sometimes we miss them during the games. We worked on that.
So we had an 80-yard touchdown run by Willie, a kickoff return by the Bulls, and then you answered a 98-yard kickoff return. Talk about that kickoff return and what you saw as it was developing.
Well, I started running right, and then through the middle, the hole just opened up so wide, and then had to make one cut, and it was just wide open from there. Had a few blockers downfield, and it was open up.
All right, let's go back to AJ's 80-yard touchdown run. He just gave you some credit for blocking downfield. Yep. Talk about that play.
Well, I saw he was busting out, and I saw the backside corner, had him on an angle. I just figured I got to get in front of him, steal the block so he can score the touchdown.
Do you take a lot of pride as a wide receiver in blocking for the running backs?
I mean, yeah, it means a lot. It's like an assist in basketball, making a block downfield. I mean, it's making the plays.
Does AJ need to buy you dinner tonight?
Hopefully.
All right, AJ, talk about the play of your offensive line. They're opening up some big holes for you tonight.
We've been talking about it all day in practice, working hard, keep their feet moving, don't turn around during the play, and they showed it on the Friday night. All
right, very nice. So 43-20 victory. Next week at Plant, you guys beat them here last year in the playoffs. What do you think about going back for a rematch at Plant next week?
I mean, it's a new year, new season, new team. I mean, it's a whole new game. They're a great team. We just got to buckle down and practice hard, and we'll see how it goes Friday.
Great performance tonight by seniors Willie Baker and A.J. Davis. Thank you both for joining me tonight on the postgame show.
Thanks, Jeff Goddard. I think I have to give, there's one offensive player there, A.J. Davis, who got the award, but you got to give honorable mention to Mr. Willie Baker. And I think he's got a career in broadcasting, maybe very descriptive in some of the explanations from Jeff Goddard on how the plays kind of transpired and what he saw. So very descriptive in that. Maybe he's a creative writer in the background or something. But Willie Baker, a man of many talents, or as we've said the phrase tonight, a jack of all trades, as Willie Baker and A.J. Davis, the seniors, getting a nice interview from our own Jeff Goddard. As I believe Mike Jeff's probably going to search out Coach Bill Castle, which will be our final interview of the night. So we'll just wait for Jeff to maybe track down Coach Castle. And it's always good to get his thoughts. And, I'm sure he'll be one to tell you that it's going to be tough next week. And, they're going to practice hard and work on it the best they can. As you see right there, Jeff walking with Coach Castle coming over to he does. He's if you can tell by the way I use my walk. That's our Jeff Goddard right there. Anyways, we love Jeff. It's so easy to make fun of him, but he's great, and again works hard and on behalf of the Lakeland Dreadnought family to help us bring you this webcast as he sets things up with Coach Bill Castle, who, there's always those little, I don't even dare to say, speculation and rumors. How long is Coach Castle going to go? No one knows. It's one of those things that I don't know if he knows. It's kind of one of those things. If and when it's the right time, maybe him and his wife will get together and they'll, certainly make that decision. And I'm sure it won't come lightly. But right now, let's hear directly from the head of the ship, Coach Bill Castle, along with Jeff Goddard.
All right, back on the field here with Coach Bill Castle. Congrats, Coach. Another playoff win, 43-20 over Wiregrass. Assess your team's performance tonight.
Well, it was kind of a wild game, but, I guess, the thing about the playoffs, you'll take a win any way you can get it. But, we got to get better before next week. Had some mistakes on defense that we usually don't make. A couple of missed alignments that cost us, where they made a couple of long runs on us and all. But overall, we'll take it. It's a good win for us, and, we move on to play Plant.
It's not very often you see a game where you have back-to-back-to-back touchdowns, all of 80 yards or more. Talk about the kind of the roller coaster, seeing those plays go back and forth there in the first quarter.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy plays, but that got to give Willie Baker credit. Disappointed in our kickoff team for allowing that touchdown run, but Willie Baker came right back and made a heck of a run himself, and it was a good play for us.
Always nice to get that quick response back. Your star tailback, senior A.J. Davis, tonight, 14 carries, 231 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Talk about his virtuoso performance tonight.
A.J., they blitzed a lot, so when he broke the line of scrimmage on a couple of them, he was gone. But, we're counting on A.J. He's a great back, and, he comes to play every Friday night, and, he just is a good night for him. And, our offensive line made a few good blocks in there, and, it gave him room to break through.
And what about the overall versatility of James Robinson? Had an interception, caught a touchdown pass, almost had a kickoff return for a touchdown. He seems to be all over the field.
James is, he's played a lot of defense this year for us, and he's contributed a lot over there, and, he's a big playmaker. I'm not so sure about him handling those punts back there, but once he gets his hands on it, he's dangerous.
Yeah, it gets a little dicey occasionally. Now let's talk about next week. A rematch with Plant. You beat them here last year in the same round 2, by 10 points, I believe. We were just talking about that Plant's really improved since last year, undefeated, one of the best teams in the state. What kind of challenge do we face next week, Coach?
Yeah, they may be the best team left, on our side anyway. So we know what we're dealing with. They're not ranked, up there high for nothing. They got an extremely good team. They are a lot better than they were last year. Their offense is real explosive. They're averaging 420 yards a game offensively. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us, no doubt about that.
Thank you for your time tonight, Coach Castle. Congrats again to victory tonight, and good luck next week at Plant. That'd be a wrap on the field tonight.
Wrapping things up with Coach Bill Castle. Not surprising, couple things there to highlight, summarize what Coach Castle said. Obviously thrilled at his performance watching A.J. Davis. He said that they blitzed a lot, so A.J., when he caught them in a blitz, would already be past the line, and he was gone. As we saw some of those big holes, that was a good explanation. And, of course, great play by Robinson, but a little dicey on some of those return kicks as he fielded some of those. And all those little mistakes, Coach Castle said we're going to have to not have any of those present next week against Plant. They're a much improved team even over last year when Lakeland beat them here in the second round. And they're going to have their hands completely full next week as they go to a Plant team that's firing on all cylinders and ranked very highly. As you heard Coach Castle say, probably the best team on this side, certainly left ranked that they're going to have to play. And many believe this is the game to get into the state game. That's not always the case, but many people believe these are the two best teams to go at it, and the winner of this game should, in fact, prevail to face what we think is going to be St. Thomas Aquinas in the state championship game. So with that, we'll wrap things up here again. One more time, thank you to all our veterans and the Dreadnoughts as we round out the Agnini Family Dental post-game show, come away with the quarterfinal victory here, going to Plant next week. Stay tuned again to lakelandfootball.com. You can sign up with your email to get reports on what's going to be happening with the broadcast next week. If this by some chance is the last broadcast that we have, it's been our pleasure, and to be a little part of your family coming into your living rooms no matter where you're at. It's a great honor, and I thank you for the privilege of bringing you these games. So we appreciate all of you, and we thank you for being part of the Dreadnought family. So with that, Tim Conti signing off for Jeff Goddard, Michael Barrett, and the whole team. Good night, and God bless everybody here from Bryant Stadium.